I think I should turn Janet Jackson off. I think that might be an automatic copyright strike. Oh, wow. I don't have any of my other devices on. That's a first. Oh, that was a bold face lie. How's it going? How's it going? It's Wednesday and I'm going to make bell bottoms, among other things. How's everybody doing? I'm Godless Sewing. This is the Godless Sewing channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Coffee is important. Coffee is important. Janet will take you to the cleaners. Yeah, I heard she loves men my age. She probably would take me to the cleaners. How's it going? So it's raining here in Southern California. So let's go sewing. It is in a really strange way. It's raining here in Southern California. So we're just gonna go with it today. But I have quite a few things to make. I have some awesome things to talk about. I will never look at a folding chair the same again. And for anyone who knows who Tory Lanez is, he got 10 years for hooting Megan the Stallion in her feet. We'll talk about that when Alibaba comes back, because America is finally deporting Canadians. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about patch placement. I have a floating patch where I haven't decided where it's gonna go yet, and I've kind of figured out which vest it's gonna go on. But before that, I'm gonna finish my overalls, and I have an awesome pair of bell bottoms because I was rocking out and I ripped a pair of my every day wearing jeans, and it gave me an excuse to make bell bottoms. I was rocking out a little too hard, is what it was. What kind of folding chair? Is it the director's chair style like that one? Or the others suck? No, the WWE chair. I've been watching that Montgomery Brawl video too much, is what it is. Do you know what it is? Something happens and then everybody starts talking about it. That's really what it is, because we live in a polarized society where, we don't talk about the important things. We talk about the obvious things. But I have a real question though. For anyone who sews, should I put my bell bottoms on the sewing machine, or should I hand sew them? Is the real question. That's really why I'm sitting here, because I'm going to flip them inside out. And you know what? Sewing something with the pins in is kind of a mess, but but the sewing machine makes it easier. So we're going to try one leg and see what happens. If a fly farts in Hong Kong in 15 minutes, they're fighting over it in Chicago. It's the weirdest thing to me. And do you think it's because we've all ran out of things to talk about? Or are we like just the complete lack of depth, or what? Okay. So when 2019, 2020 came around, that was my introduction to being addicted to YouTube. Okay. I was one of those parents that allowed my son to have a tablet. So I was totally electronically it was my electronic babysitter by proxy. The whole reason I'm bringing this up is because today little Tay died and I almost cried. Stop putting your children on YouTube. Stop exploiting children on YouTube. This is your friendly reminder. It was really sad, though. You are Facebook and Twitter too much. Do you know what's really funny? I recently posted something on Facebook, but it's more or less to let people know that I'm still around. I post once every 6 months, and I post right before my birthday just to guilt people I know into getting me something, or to reminding them it's my birthday. And what did we do as a society before we had Facebook reminding us whose birthday it was? What did we do as a society? I'm wondering, should I use the machine or not? But we'll find out together. Because here at the Godless Sewing Channel, I am willing to make mistakes live on YouTube. Let's see if there's anything else interesting before we get to that. I'll bring that up later. Oh, a little bit later, I want to talk about how why do we not talk about the fact that van life is just like fancy homelessness? It's homelessness with extra steps. I know that like people laugh at me because I get introduced to all these genres and I'm like, oh, I didn't know this existed. Come on, van life. We need to do better with our society. In America, like, oh, I don't know why I clicked on it. Now I see a bunch of videos on my YouTube. Van life scares me. Van life, sincere. Let's go make something. Oh. Maybe it's because when I was a kid, that was a real threat. Like, you're going to go live in the van by the river, you know. Oh. Put their B-day in your address book. Exactly. And that's the thing. If someone's important in your life, you will remember their birthday. You know, I still remember my original phone number. I still remember my grandparents' phone number. Van life is usually homeless. People lying to themselves that they're not homeless. It gave me anxiety. It gave me a really weird anxiety. Watch it. I'm a van down by the river. And you know what? As somebody who actually couch surfed and was actually homeless for over 10 years throughout my entire 20s, like, it's okay. It's okay. Life isn't perfect all the time. It's okay to say you're down and out every once in a while. It scared me. The whole van life thing, like, just like the manosphere, I'm like, oh, this exists. So I've been it's true though. I watched this video today of this young lady and she's like explaining all these things and she's like, I'm 18. I've been living in my van for 2 years now and I'm like, I feel so sorry for you. I thought about that van life stuff. I decided, nah, I've got to have an actual life because you can't even get a library card if you live in a van. Really? I didn't know that. How do they find that out? You know what? I have a bleeding heart. I'm a Care Bear. I think that's part of my problem is that I'm a complete Care Bear. So when I watch these videos, the parent in me is like, are you kidding me, kid? Are you kidding me? I have empathy for people. And it's just weird to me that like hashtag van life is a thing. Like I said, I mind my own business. So when I find these little genres online, they intrigue me and I fall down these rabbit holes. And then I'm like, why did I spend 6 hours watching van life videos? But here, the Godless Sewing Channel, this program is intended for entertainment purposes only, and the content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. I see you. I'm making a disclaimer because of you and your wigs. All opinions expressed by Godless Sewing and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on planet Earth. Oh, I just had to get that out. Disclaimer, Godless Sewing Airlines. Exits on both sides. On with the show. Van life shouldn't be a thing. We should help people in our society should be a thing. It's just strange to me. It's the I don't know, it's just the strangest thing to me. So I'm gonna start going back to my books because I have a ton of sewing books, and I sat here and made many jackets. RV life is a thing. Where's that line though? Because like here in LA, RVs have taken over. So even when I see someone with a new one, I'm like, oh, the people with the old one have kind of it's bad here. It's bad here. RV life is a thing. I live by a camping world, so I know it's huge. My buddy makes a shit ton of money, but likes to take van life vacations. See, that's different. We used to do that. We used to call that camping. When I was a kid, my parents had a trailer. Oh, see, I was the youngest, so I was willing to go on these trips. I feel sorry for my brothers and sisters, but we went to awesome places in the trailer. But we came home after, there's a difference. So I had to laugh because my 1960s, 1970s book about bell bottoms and about making clothes in general. These are the illustrations. So this is straight from the 1960s. But it says if you're tracing new pants from an old pair of bell bottoms, follow the steps of either elastic tops or fly fronts exactly. If, however, your old pants aren't bells, follow elastic top steps 1 and 2. Lay old pants on material pen. Trace your old pants into chalk onto material down to the knees. Then taper your line out diagonally. Anything from a regular modified bell to super wide bells down to the bottom of the pant leg. And seriously, that's all they say about bell bottoms because it's really not that complicated. They talk more about ruffled pants and all kinds of fun stuff. Let's catch up with the chat. I might be a cheaper 6 gauge lesson book made by I might buy a cheap 6 gauge lesson book made by T. Eaton's in 1943 Homefront Sewing. I love those books. That's why when I find stuff like this, I run towards these books. Even this, you'll laugh at me. I you should have seen people's look when I was in the Goodwill. You should have seen the look in their face when I was standing in line with that thing. We should do nationwide what Utah did and give homeless and at-risk people houses. They gave people houses and enabled them to get jobs and stay off the streets. I agree. Super fly front, you dig? I dig Alibaba. I dig. Utah has at least broken even Utah has at least broken even on that program too. See, the problem is numbers here. We have such a massive problem. I just always imagine Chris Farley yelling at me that I'm going to live in a van down by the river if I don't behave. Same. It was traumatizing because this woman, she's sitting in a hot springs in the middle of nowhere and she's showing how beautiful these mountains are. And I'm like, I've done that. And then I got back in my car and I drove to the next location. Like, oh, and I know copium is real. I don't doubt people for maintaining or, I'm not trying to get down on people, but it's scary that this has become acceptable in our society. God, you're gonna live in a van down by the river. The one I saw, she was giving an explanation and she's like, okay, this is how I started off on my van life. My van's $40,000. Hold on, hold the record, pull the needle up, time out. 40 grand? 40 grand and your car isn't going 300 miles an hour? I would get a wannabe sports car for $40,000 or like a Harley like Road Glide or something. It just seems like an insane amount of money to be homeless. But then certain people were saying that their rent a month is $30,000. Where do you live, bro? Where do you live? Because you don't want people like me to come, because I'm gonna show up and build a house there. Yet another reason why people love Californians. And maybe I'm just being dramatic because I was raised Roman Catholic and everything scares me. But like van life, and as somebody who owned a trailer, man, you're camping every day. You're camping every day. All right. So should I use my my machine? You know what? I'm gonna do it and see what happens. I moved into a van because my rent's $44,000 a month. Maybe try not living in a penthouse apart. Well, it also depends on where you live, because rent here, no joke, is like it starts off at 1,900. No, yeah, 1,900. You'd be living in a studio. So it starts off at 1,900 where I live. It's the and you know what, when I was a kid, I have a buddy of mine. I make fun of him once a year about this. We were gonna get one of those Ford Explorer vans and travel America. When we were kids, we were like, "Oh, dude, we're gonna get a van." Because his parents had a van, and they had the one, with the seats in it. It was posh. It was nice. It was cushy. Needless to say, we didn't travel around the country in a van. Oh, maybe I'm just being critical, but van life scares me. And then there's this lady, like, I watched another video of this young woman who was like traveling around the world, but she lived in her van. That would be, I don't know. I've traveled. When you come back, it's kind of depressing because you're like, oh, I'm coming back to my junky old life, and I've just been to all these spectacular places. Even there's this weird depression that would happen when I would leave Vegas, because I just had 3 or 4 days of debauchery and, like, Roman style meals. Oh, 1980s shaggin' wagon. I wanted one so bad. Me and my buddies, you wanted one so bad. That was like a dream of mine. I feel like the only way you could pull off the van life thing back then is if you toured the Grateful Dead and sold tie-dye and grilled cheese and sandwiches. You know what? I did stuff like that. I was homeless. Whenever your friends was like, "Oh, I spent a summer in Italy," oh, bro, you were homeless for a summer. You were homeless. How's it going? Hello, hello. How's your day going? Zana? Okay, so I could barely speak English, so help me out. I know your last name is Fatima. Zaina? Zaya? Zana. I'm gonna stop trying. Let's make some pants. Hello. Welcome. Oh man. Taking the hanger off of this might help. So all of this started, I actually have quite a few things to sew. I have this, and I have my overalls, which I will be trying on later, and we're going to see how much weight I've gained in the past year. I backpacked in Europe for 2 years, brother. Come on, you didn't have a damn house. You trampled around. Exactly. I had the time of my, I had the time of my life, but I was homeless. You were living in your backpack, you know. Oh, it's okay. It's Zaina. Yay! Hello, Zaina. Hello. Zaina Fatima. Hello. Exactly, Alibaba. That's like when I went to Mexico. You don't go traveling around Mexico. I went somewhere and stayed with people all the time. I have a good friend who told me that a long time ago. They were like, "Look, when people front on you and they say like, "Oh, I spent a summer in Italy," you were homeless for 3 months. You had a good time. You stayed in hostels, but you and there's nothing wrong with that. But this weird disguise of making it look like it is the greatest thing on earth, it scares me because they're selling these weird dreams to kids. And that's another thing that scares me. I'm constantly clicking off and on videos. Most of these videos were geared towards kids. Get out of here. Stop telling my kid it's okay to live in a van. It's not. As someone who has. All right, let's see how this comes out. Now, should I sew this by hand or machine is the question. I think I want to try with machine, at least on this one. And you know what? Maybe I'm just being critical. Some of these people's lives scare me, and I'm sure when people see me, they're like, "Oh, this guy scares me as well." So, like I said in the beginning with my disclaimer, I'm just a human being with an opinion. Oh, this is going to be scary, but we're going to try it on the machine. And let's see what happens, huh? I hope everyone's doing well. You know what? I actually like this. YouTube has really been attacking my videos and going after everything that isn't me. I don't know what I did to the robot. I don't know why I ticked it off so much, but the algorithm is after me. So I'm going to do a lot more live streams because they can't censor me here like like my videos. I read this sad story about a family who lived in a school bus. They asked one of the kids what they wanted for their birthday, and they said they wanted to stay in a hotel and sleep in a real bed. You see, that makes me want to cry when I see that. That absolutely makes me want to cry when I see that. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Shouldn't be so bad on an arm machine. That's what I was thinking. That's why I completely took the bottom piece off of this because I only use it as an arm as like I only use it as an arm machine. Hey Mark, how's it going? How's it going? Do you know I'm a bit of a purist? Like I hand sew patches. I don't use my machine on certain things, and it is a lot more convenient. But I have a bunch of old school propaganda in my head, a lot of old school sewing propaganda. Of like, oh, only rookies do this or this. Like, if it gets it done, it gets it done. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I have to take my cowboy boots on. I cannot sew with my boots on. Oh, man. Oh, how's it going, Mr. Hands? There's about 9 things you're not doing because I see you here, Mr. Hands. I was waiting for that, Kilroy. I was waiting for that. It's still early, but like in about 2 or 3 hours, that will be the song we're all singing. That's another thing. It's the school year. You should. Yeah, I made you blue, Hands. I made you blue. Don't do anything crazy, sir. I'm a mod. I'll time you up. You actually are a managing mod, Kilroy, so you can time out mods. You can. I actually have been futzing around with that and playing around with that. Oh my gosh. But I've been looking lately. I've been looking. I habitually wear this color. I do. Like if you see right now the color of jean I'm wearing, every time I rip a pair of jeans, I go and get another one. And I don't want to sit up here in front and act like I'm going to like Macy's or anything. I'm going to Walmart and buying another pair of jeans. But I always turn them into something Art Deco when I destroy them. And recently I ripped these while working, so I figured I might as well do something about it. Oh, let's see what else. There was something else. Where are my notes? It makes me really sad about that young lady who passed away, that little Tay. It's just because her family exploited her on YouTube, and she would say these really awful things, and like they made a lot of money off of her, and it's really sad. Yeah, I wish I got more sleep. But the funny thing is, I really don't feel inspired until 2 or 3 in the morning. It's the craziest thing. It's absolutely the craziest thing. But I keep my notepad with me and I write things down just because I know eventually I'm going to forget it. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay, good. It's not working out that well with the pens in, but I'll start taking them out. It's funny how because there's certain measures that I'm not taking, there's certain things that I have to do. And even when you do it half arched, you still end up doing it the right way. Where's my pen cushion? Let me go find my pin cushion. I just timed out. I just timed out hands in real life. Parenting 101 live on YouTube. That's going to be my next master class. How to lose your pincushion and parenting live. Okay. That's the problem with having all of this space. Everything is so spread out that I forget where half of my stuff is most of the time. I can hear your machine going. It's time for TS to get an industrial jeans machine. Stop making me eat these pins. It is. That's exactly what's happening. And Alibaba, you are from the future. One of the things I abused my my Husqvarna Viking. I utterly and completely abused it because of things like this. You're so right, Alibaba. Making your kid a mod and other parenting regrets. I just did that so some random troll can't come in and mess with my kid could. Like I said, if you show up enough, I'm gonna make you a mod, and I know where he lives. Oh. See, this is one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to do this by hand, but the machine does work 10 times faster than anything else would. Okay, I'm actually going to pull that. Why does my sewing machine keep breaking down? I only use it to sew sheets of concrete together. I don't play. I do not play. I put sewing machines to the test. I should be a sewing machine tester. I'd be like, okay. I don't know what I was watching. Oh, I wish I remembered what that was. I was watching this channel, and this woman, like, she was being funny, but this they show this sewing machine sewing through a piece of wood, and she looks at her sewing machine and she's like, "You're pathetic." That's how I look at my sewing machine sometimes. But let's be real, this is a baby lock, so it takes a pounding, as they say. And you can't like advertise yourself to be indestructible to me and not be indestructible, because I'm gonna put that to the test. Oh, poor guy, you're almost there. Oop, that's a pin. Oh, please don't tell me I sewed this together. Did I? Ah. Yet another reason not to use your... Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Oh, that's hilarious. My middle name is Mistake, but that's why you keep a sharp pair of scissors around. Maybe that's what Singer can do for you. Instead of sponsorship, they give you a prototype and you tell seriously, that's like my dream job. That is like, please let me be a sewing machine tester. That would be awesome, because I do unconventional things with sewing machines. So I will tell you really quick if they work or not. Oh man, that's all right. See, here's the funny thing about mistakes. I will not do this twice, because I was yakking and sewing and not paying attention. Oh man, that was... wood or tin coins. I have seen those poor choice videos. They have me on the ground. And you know me, part of me is like, I wonder if I have anything that's strong. I have a my Bel Air is, I believe, a Juki. That thing is pretty industrial. That thing's actually extremely hardcore. But I have yet to try any of my to put any of my machines through that. Patches and needing a patching machine. See, like I said earlier, I'm a weird purist when it comes to sewing patches. I feel like you should sew them by hand, but that's because I come from the old world. I come from the old country where people did everything by hand and recycled everything. And I need to repin that because it did not sew from this point on. Okay, good to know. But I can actually pin it on top now. See, like I said, this is the beautiful thing about a mistake, because I shall not repeat this mistake. You didn't get it right. That must be done at this hour. Different sewing machine types are a Soviet communist plot, a real American just makes it work. Damn right, Kilroy. Now I hear Hulk Hogan's theme song playing. Or Eye of the Tiger. 1982 was a good year. And Shalimar, Eye of the Tiger, all kinds of awesome songs that came out that year. All right. All right. We are going to get these bell bottoms done come hell or high water. And because it's raining, it'll be hell first. Kidding. Your wife can do that. The wood is balsa wood. You know, it's so funny. I always think about that. I always think about that. Well, by patching, I really mean the patch. Addition, you're sewing right now. Oh, okay. I'm not a commie. That's the first thing they asked me in the interrogation room. How are you feeling today, comrade? Speaking of interrogation room, balsa wood would be easier than sewing leather. If you really want to test a machine, leather would be the ultimate test. The funny thing I learned about leather is that if you sew really close, you're literally just cutting the leather. So you have to space out your stitches. And you know it's really funny? People are like, "Oh, you're so professional when you say that." I learned that the hard way by cutting leather in half, thinking that I knew what I was doing. All right. So I've got that side down. Let's get this other side, huh? Let's pull the pins. These are going to be funny because I've gained some weight. So all of these, I've really haven't been wearing these pants anyways. Let's fix this mistake right off the bat. Awesome. Do you know, I watch crazy videos of people sewing on YouTube, and you know, most of these are for the clicks. If you're sewing through wood, you're beyond my pay grade because I'm not playing around. I'm not here to do circus tricks. Watch, I get an industrial machine. The first thing I do is pull out a 2x4. All right, let's make sure that I'm not sewing this together like the last piece. All right. And moving. And we were moving. Needless to say, pens and I are not friends when it comes to oh, what happened? Oh, bumble bunching. That's okay. I was wondering why I haven't been making too many mistakes, and they're all happening at once. Okay, let's try that again. And again, it's because I reversed my pens. All of this is happening is because I turned over everything I was doing and I reversed my pens, and I'm sewing with my pens. So I know what I'm doing, and I should have done this by hand. But I'm all here for the adventure. I salvaged leather off the back of old couches, and it's a nightmare to sew by hand. I need a block of wood to push through the needle. Yep. Oh yeah. That's why they have special leather needles, because they are no joke. They are no joke. I used leather needles for everything for the longest time. I actually prefer them. You can't find the brand that they just don't make them like they used to. And every time I go look for them, I find industrial ones, but I do not find leather ones. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that's a direct hit. Is the needle broke? No, but that is a direct hit. Let's pull that out. We're going no holds barred here in the House of Sewing today. Oh. Okay. All right, let's see how it looks. Pull all the pins out. How bad was it? Oh, not too bad. Oh, man. Oh, wow. You know what? In times like this, I'm going to give you some good old school godless sewing advice. The machine's messing up. I have to repin. So let's take a quick break. It's good to take a 5-minute break when your machine's giving you a hard time, when it's fighting you. Give yourself a break. Mark, you should get a leather fork. It places the holes at what you need to go at to. Mark, a saddle shop would have those. They're fairly cheap. I don't sell a lot of leather. I only do it to make covers for my machines. Oh, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I love recycling things. When I was in my leather phase, I recycled leather from anything I could get my hands on. Okay. So, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. There's the separation I was looking for. I've got that one side almost done. This is the reason why I do not make bell bottoms this way, but this is the only way I know how to make them and looking perfect. Because when I made my Jankos, I did them inside out and I completely messed up my Jankos. So I figured if I pinned them in place if I pinned this in place where it should be, it wouldn't be that big of a mess, but it is. So I'm going to try to repin a little bit. That way I see what I'm doing. And like I always say, sewing is like painting. You spend more time prepping than you do actually sewing. It's a wonder there's not a special glue to use instead of pens. Well, actually, in the world of sewing, that's actually kind of a controversy because people do use glue. I'm not a gluer. To me, back to hand sewing patches, it's disrespectful. But I'm a purist. I'm a purist when it comes to sewing. I've never had success with glue. I've never. That's just it's a personal thing. I've never had success with it. Okay. All right. There's all kinds of trick that people use, but I'm kind of old school of like pins and literal pins and needles. All right. Perfect. Let's try that again. I heard once that sewing is just pressed, and with extra steps. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is literally the same thing. It reminds me of painting. I use a machine to put on patches. I don't give a fuck. I've been doing that lately out of pure, like, I'm too old for this. I'm too old for all this, like, and that's another thing that goes back to symbolism, what we were talking about last time. Like, wear what you want to wear, be safe, do not put yourself in danger, but who cares what other people say? Okay. Man, that was a lot of drama on the first leg. But we're only 49 minutes in, so we're good. We're good. I usually probably would have spent more time crying about this but if I was by myself. All right, I really got to watch this part. It would help if the needle wasn't broken. Okay. So we're going to replace this. Oh, you do not want to come out. Awesome. Which way were you leaning? Okay, good. Good old Schmetz. This machine does not feel like cooperating tonight, but that's okay because we're going to keep going regardless. All right. It's a washout glue mark, like water soluble mesh, but wet and sticky panels together. Only time I put patches on by hand. I forgot about that picture I sent to Phoenix. Only time I put patches on by hand is ultra complicated. See, that's the problem. The ones with a ton of glue on the back, they're thick. So you have to go by hand because you're gonna destroy a machine if you use it. Permanent, there's a product called Stitch Witchery and doesn't wash out. Interesting. I love Schmetz. Yeah, absolutely. I swear by them. Like, they're for all this stuff. I sew every day. I break needles all the time. So I love Schmetz. Like, they're the best. Interesting conversation is going on here, but have to go. See you next time. Have a great day. It was great meeting you. You're always welcome here in the House of Sewing. We just mess around, talk about sewing in life, and try not to give each other a hard time. So thank you so much for stopping by. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. Or did I put it in backwards? Whenever I see Fatima, it reminds me of the Lady of Fatima. But like I always say, I was raised hardcore Roman Catholic, so I try not to repeat the propaganda I was raised by. All right. Perfect. All right. Yay. Always awesome to meet new people, make new friends. Always. So let's try this craziness again. Let's see. Perfect. Now let's just make sure we're not sewing them together. I don't use the glue or the stitch witchery press on stuff. I want to tack and base stitch when I can, then pins, then clip. Do you know what's really funny? When you were talking about it, I actually know about the witchery. What is it called? Stitch witchery. It's just I've never used it before, but I hear people talk about it all the time. I'm not a gluer. I respect cosplay people. There is a big debate in the sewing world about cosplay people. I respect you. Because there's a lot of stuff and a lot of engineering that goes into it. And when I am doing a project, I have to sit down and think about it, even something that I've done 1,000 times like this, because I'm messing up. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'm just trying to not have this bumble bunch this time like it has every other time. Because when I let it fly, that's when it starts making its own decisions. Okay, let's check it again. Almost. See? Oof. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. Perfect. I don't always use fabric glue, but when I do, it's stitch witchery. I'm ready for the commercial, guys. I'm ready. I could totally be the Dos Equis guy of sewing, except for he was a crazy person in real life, so I'm going to completely take that back. Now that I think about it. Whenever I hear "Stay Thirsty," my friends, I now think of the backstory of that guy's life. Awesome! One pant leg almost done. But like we always say in the sewing world, I can fix that. Beautiful. Good thing it's apple pie. Give extra room on that arm. Absolutely. There's certain projects that I do use other sewing machines on, like my straight stitch machines, but it depends. It really depends. Like I haven't used my Singer 301A in a while, and I feel like I'm cheating on my machine, and I'm rambling. Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going. It's humid at like 40%. Humid just I'm here instead of taking a bath and washing my hair tonight, so, you know.
We appreciate you. We appreciate It's so humid here too. I didn't want to say anything.
I feel like a brat. I'm like, because Killer, I know our friends on the East Coast, and I know 90 degrees and 100% humidity also feels like death. But when you're used to less than 15 in the summer and it's 50, that's a more than a 30% increase. Hey, Allie, I summoned your knowledge today because on Sunday something was like starting to clunk, and I'm like, wait. Allie said that sound means there's gunk behind the bobbin race, and sure enough, there was gunk behind the bobbin race, and I cleaned it out, and I oiled underneath Brunhild today, and all those spots that I hadn't oiled on her bottom side.
And Gilroy, I'm not denying that I'm crazy in real life. I'm just more regulated in real life. That's all. Some call it medicated. I just call it keeping my mouth shut. I wish I was medicated. Yay, everyone's saying hello. Phoenix, even
Hello.
Mr. Hands is saying.
I know, poor us, 40%. I know, Loki, don't X out of my event here. Let me.
Let's just say if I'm drinking water, it's gross here. And I'm drinking water in my fake Stanley.
Hey, Loki, what screen did you put yourself on? Okay, I hear everybody. So I'm still here, but I lost my screen. Okay, Loki,
So these pants are fighting me because I pinned inside the wrong way. And I've already broke a needle and everything.
Oh, jeepers. Well, welcome to the joys of sewing live.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I kept on. I keep on repeating myself and saying, like, this is the business we've chosen. Like, this
it's right. This is raw and
time.
unreal sewing. Like, this is the stuff that they edit out of the well manicured videos, and this is real life sewing.
Which has always bothered me since day one, which I stick in all my pre-records. I show the finished product within the first 10 seconds. Just to show you I'm not wasting your time.
Oh, on the other machine? I'll check that out again too. Yeah, no, on Brunhild, there was gunk behind the bobbin race, but I'll check the feed dogs out because, yeah, Okay, Loki was trying to type in the chat. All right. Ugh, cat fluff in my nose.
Do you know it's raining here? It was raining 92 degrees. Yes, it's been. I woke up to rain. It was pouring when I started the stream. Now the street's dry.
Well, of course it is, but rain in August? Where do you live?
Oh, it's gross. I'm trying not to whine too much, but it's bad. It's bad.
We're just
I can see my fellow Californians. They're just walking around with that why face of like, why? In LA, when it rains, it pours, literally and figuratively. You know what it is? The one thing that drives me crazy is that LA is a transitory city, so most people that are that live here are from cold weather cities.
Right, you get the snowbirds.
And so they like freak out when it rains. Like no one knows how to drive is what I'm trying to say when it rains. Oh, I should do my fabric. I should show off my fabric before I forget.
We have a haul.
Well,
of course we have a haul. Who am I talking? What show am I at?
Well, I went to Walmart just for cat food, and we all know how it goes.
You should just get Chewy and just have it sent to the house.
I'm almost there. Oh, buddy, why are you stuck? Oh, you're.
Oh, it rained. Oh, good. I'm glad everybody's getting rain. I haven't had any rain, but I don't have any smoke. Like I keep touching wood, knocking on wood, because I think it's been 6 or 7 years since we've made it to August without any like real forest fire smoke where I live.
Oh, that's a mega knock on wood right there.
Yeah, I'm like, we've had a little bit from the fire in the county across the way, but I think a lot of it is the county to my south in the next state over is not on fire for the first time in like years, because that's kind of the general wind direction. So if there's fire there, we get it usually.
For anyone keeping record, we're on our second needle. Our third. Oh, no. We're on our third needle.
Did you check the bobbin before you started just to make sure that's not going to run out in the middle?
It's the thank you for reminding me. That's why
you know.
I already gave the disclaimer, so
okay. There's no advice. I'm just asking friendly questions of while you're stopped, you might as well.
This thing does. I do need to get a new bobbin though. Let's start over. Break time again.
Great. I'll do since I'm threading my machine in the dark.
Going to Walmart for a gallon of milk, come out with a grill, a towel set, a tent, toothpaste, and realize do you know what's really funny? I did forget one thing that I went for too.
No, the worst thing, Cuban went to Costco with his friend today, and I was like, we need greens, we need protein squares and something else. Comes home, kimchi, something else, something. I'm like, you were at the freaking Costco. You couldn't get the things like that we need in our house. What am I gonna eat? I had a meltdown earlier.
I know the feeling. Actually, I have to tell my son to not think with his stomach. He has to think with a forward mind. Like, you're gonna be hungry next week, so this is why we come to the store.
Right?
You
These are
know,
the
like,
things. Like Anna,
let's think
they were like,
forward.
right? They're like, do we need anything? I'm like, we need X, Y, Z, and then comes home with ABC.
That would start fights. That would start fights anywhere.
I don't need to. I fed myself before I popped on tonight, and they went to their the neighbor's house for orange chicken. So if I get hungry, I can go to the fence and say, like, can you hand me over a plate of orange chicken across the fence?
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I'm stuffed right now. I can't. The thought of eating is like gross.
All right. Well, now that you're here, are you familiar with Tory Lanez? The man who hooted Megan the Stallion in the feet?
Oh, right. Yes. That didn't end well for him, or that or something. Something happened
LA.
about this. I did hear about this.
Do you know, people always talk trash about LA and stuff, but we finally deported a Canadian.
Oh,
We finally. He gets 10 years in jail and he's out of here. He gets 10 years and then he's out of here. Because people always talk about how Canadians
that crazy
never
one
get.
who was like at Nancy Pelosi's house in their underwear, or was this a different Canadian?
Tory Lanez is a famous rapper. I had no idea he was. Well, see, the thing is, he's beyond my age group, so I didn't really know who he was until he got on TV.
Older or younger?
Time to use his card to order a bunch of takeout just to spite him. Never go to grocery shopping hungry or ripped. Let's be real. That's a rule for myself. I never go high. Because what happens is I like wake up the next day. I'm like, dude, who sent the toddler to the grocery store?
There's no food here.
Yeah, it's all just junk food and soda.
I have no ingredients. How do I cook?
That's like right now.
All those cheap TV dinners. I can't get away with shit like that.
I'm allergic to a lot of things, so I have to eat fresh. But like Isaiah's got me hooked on these wontongs so much. We bought a 5-pound bag. I'm not proud of myself.
I know. I was like, you were at Costco and you couldn't even like impulse buy me mozzarella sticks.
Oh, that's different. I was actually addicted to those when I first met you, and I had to literally do an intervention on myself to stop eating those.
I made them with the air fryer with the the string cheese. All right, I'm good. I've got a reference for Kilroy. Have you been driven past the Polio string cheese factory on the 17, now Route 86, and I still can't get that into my brain. The smell of that place when you're driving by is just
something else, or what?
It is, but then you drive a little bit farther and you go across the I'm gonna forget the name of the river that's got all the pretty birds, but I'm sure that Kilroy will refresh my memories. Wontons are awesome. Yeah, pot stickers too.
Addicted. I'm addicted to those things, and I have a real fryer, an air fryer, and a pan.
Okay, you can get rid of the real fryer. Just keep the air fryer in the pan and save yourself a kitchen utensil.
I'm addicted to those things, and now because Isaiah has the eye, like I trained him as a little kid to spot like an antique sewing box, and he scored half the sewing machines in this room when he was younger because he was at the perfect height.
Right, because they're usually in the bottom because they're heavy.
But he has an eye, so he has his own air fryer that he scored at the Goodwill and fixed on his own.
Good work.
And it works. My cheese place is the St. Albert cheese. They make the poutine cheese curds and all the other great types.
All right.
I really wasn't into it until I went to Vancouver and had it for the first time. It's just fancy cheese.
It's not just fancy cheese. It's French fries with gravy
Oh yeah,
and
it's bomb.
cheese curds.
Oh, it's bomb. I'd fail the Canadian citizen test because I think poutine is disgusting. I'm a texture person, and I thought the same thing, Gilroy. It was on site. I was like, no,
The,
no, on site.
I think the French fries on the bottom have to be impeccably like crispy because mushy fries, I hear that. Like mushy fries, no. But if they're extra crispy fries with the gravy or gravy on the side and just the melty cheese curds on top, I could do that.
That's the thing. If something starts off mushy, I'm done. Like, yeah, you
Right?
count me out.
Let's see here. Yeah, okay, so I defluffed Brunhilde and now I'm just, not that anybody can see, but finishing sewing on the last of the panes because I'm going to gather the top of the pant leg down to the, yeah, put some big pleats in it so I can put the top, the waistbandy part. And I think I'm going to do side attach buttons because I was like, front, I know, Allie, you said front fall, and I don't know. I kind of want them to attach at the side with button. I don't know. I honestly, I haven't decided the closure mechanism yet. If all else fails, I might just get lazy and whack in some elastic and call it good. But
I went through all my hammer pants. My original ones all have elastic waistbands. All of them.
well, I think he did too. Do you think he actually had a tailored waistband?
Kind of, because he spent more money than the average person will ever make in their life.
So, do you think it was maybe just a fancy drawstring that he tied anyway, or do you think they actually buttoned, or was there a zip in them? I don't know.
Because I have like the tailor's eye, I actually looked for that, and I'm so glad you brought that up because later I'm going to show you a jacket that I'm going to attempt to recreate, but these are taking forever. I was going to do it tonight, but my machine's hating me today.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Allie says double fried chips is the best way to go on in poutine. Yes, you like par fry them and then wait and then make them extra crispy. Kilroy, and the only cheese I really like is American cheese. Absolutely, I call that protein squares. The fake American cheese in cellophane.
I weirdly, if I'm at a barbecue, I'm that picky guy who wants that on my burger instead of the real stuff.
I just like the calories better and it's portion controlled because I'm kind of like a little mouse. Though I'm good with the blue cheese right now, but if there's nice cheese, it will be in my face and I can't handle all those calories.
Oh, like I did before the stream where I was like, oh, I'm rushing. I went and got Del Taco. I went and got a double Del and a thing of fries and wondered why I felt physically ill before the stream.
Oh my God. No, I had eggs, some slices of pastrami fried up with a little bit of potato salad and kimchi. My attempts at healthy.
You should be able to tell with a top fabric, a drawstring would distort from the smooth cut.
That's true.
And MC Hammer wouldn't wear a shirt with it half the time. So it would have this, like, that boxer. What's that? Like boxer shorts, like actual real boxing shorts. They have that giant lip on them.
Yeah, right. That's a big fat elastic waist. That's a big fat elastic waistband, like a 2-inch wide, because he's tiny, like short. I think maybe 4-inch wide.
I've always wondered about that. Like, how is that a thing? But it's a thing. Just like those weird pants with the sides sticking out. Those old school dictator pants.
Yes. What are they? The one version is jodhpurs. I'm saying that wrong. And then they're like riding pants. Yes, there's lots of variations. Oh, if you put fancy cheese on a burger, you're going to the 8th circle of Kilroy's hell. No fancy cheese for me.
I'm trying to think. It wasn't until the modern time did I even hang out with people that put bougie cheese on stuff.
Oh no. I love being in free. Oh, I love traveling. Not that I went that far for very often, but
I went to the Tillamook factory and I still have dreams about that place.
Because the free cheese samples
and ice cream.
Oh,
they have a soft serve machine too. But keep in mind, I went in 2003, 2004.
Right.
That was a while ago.
Fair.
I mean,
I
it's so
don't
funny.
know. It's okay, Allie. I'm probably there with you because I would love me fancier cheese. I eat the protein squares because less calories, less problem is what my coach says.
Less
And
calories. Mine says never be scared of low protein humans. I actually stole that from somebody I respect.
low protein humans.
Somebody was like, aren't you scared of this person? They're like, they are a low protein human. I am not scared of them.
Oh, well, we haven't talked about that extremely low protein Russian vegan influencer who died of starvation.
Oh gosh, I saw that. And there was something else where I was like, I quit YouTube. I was like, I quit freaking Twitter for the day. There was something else. Did you hear about Little Tay? It makes me want to cry. This is the
I
fourth
did,
time I've
and
brought it
I
up.
heard you
This is the
talk about that earlier, but it wasn't only her. Her brother died too. So, like, what happened? Like,
they
it
were
was her.
driving.
Oh, car accident.
And I
Oh,
think, don't get me wrong, in my mind, I think they all live out here. They probably don't, but like she was exploited. It's just a sad story. Like stop family channels, stop promoting family channels.
yeah, they kind of creep me out.
And they never end well. They never end well. Like these kids are too young to be that's a rock star way to go out.
That is
With
true. And well, that they don't have the same child work rights as child actors do. A, because they're not unionized, but B, there's not a formal financial plan protection set up for them because this is all new territory. Never use premium cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich. I do draw the line somewhere.
okay, you're not a complete psycho. You're just thinking I'm kidding. I'm
I'm only
making
bougie
sure.
sometimes, not all the time. Like, who do you think I am?
All right, let's try this for the fourth time. Last time I did this hand sewing and it was so peaceful. This is semi nerve wracking.
Yeah, yes, Killer. Yeah, that's the one. I had her name written down somewhere. She was Russian. Oh, I've got my notes from the past couple of weeks. Let's see here.
We'll all be there. I'm driving the bus.
I know. I've got my
video.
handbag picked out for many years already. It's a-okay.
I gotta repin this. That one. I might get away with this. The only reason I'm really like freaking out about the whole Tory Lanez thing is that he got justice. He got more time than somebody who hoots somebody for real. Because you get 7 years for hooting here. You drive the bus and I'll flip the grilled cheese. Deal, yes. Ollie. Deal.
Can I look cute and pour cocktails?
While playing a fiddle sewing machine.
Yes.
I don't know how it's going to happen, but I want to make it happen.
Ow! Porcupine.
I know, I'm getting stabbed by these two. I think that's another thing why it's nerve-wracking because it's waking me up every time I get stabbed by a pin.
Yeah, right. Whoever said that sewing's not dangerous when sewing fights back? The next reality TV show. Who needs writers and big Hollywood? You've got it live here, folks.
Which reminds me, the Star Trek finale is going to be on tonight. We'll see. Tried to view, but my connection is crap. Oh, no worries, Joe. Great to see you. Nothing but love, Joe. Nothing but love. Good to see you. I'm making bell bottoms. What you said kind of inspired me that one time about writing with your bell bottoms. So now I'm going to do the same. You totally inspired me. And I ripped my pants at work. So I was like, project.
You need some new dupa covers.
I'm
also working on pants, but these are not for, I don't know what I'm writing in these pants.
I'm the only guy who rips his pants at work. And I'm like, yes. I'm so excited to rip my pants. I was like, I'm going to do a project. And I ripped it right at the seam too. So I was like,
well, that makes it easy at least.
I caught the door. I caught the door. I am not coordinated at 5:30 in the morning.
No, I try not to see those hours of the day, but there was times in my life where I saw them and many other obscure, obscene hours of the daytime.
And now I have Hotel California stuck in my head.
Welcome to the Hotel California.
I was having a moment yesterday. That song has always affected me, and it was on. Oh, it's because and in the car I'm using right now, I know I'm spoiled. It doesn't have satellite radio, so I'm listening to regular radio. And
Oh, boo-hoo.
I had to find all my old stations. Do you know, like Clear Channel or whoever has taken over? There's no more like if you're into music from the 90s, it's not around in LA anymore. Or you have to live like in a certain area.
Head out on the get your sewing machine running. Head out on the highway.
Do you know what's really? I know hardcore bikers that still rock that on their bike. Do you know what's really funny? I saw this thing on Sturgis, okay, and all these Hell's Angels come out. They're all tough, and the lead guy in the pack was playing Snoop Dogg. I freaking died when I heard that. I laughed so hard. I laughed because you could hear their bikes because those are top tier. Especially on motorcycles, man. Those sound systems are awesome. Satellite radio is a foreign thing to me. I'm just now trying that out. They gave me a free trial, and I just started paying for it. I'm hooked on it in my car.
I don't drive enough to make that expense worth it. I could like stream on or listen to a YouTube show from the places I drive to.
Do you know, honestly, the one thing that makes me feel like I've never grown up is I still listen to Howard Stern. So sometimes I'll be like, bro, you have not grown up. You've been listening to Howard Stern for like how long? For, long time. I have a bunch of stuff on my phone, and I use a Bluetooth thing to connect it to my car radio.
Yeah.
I don't like it so far. I like the regular radio still.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. I just listen to my radio.
I'm an AM guy, so if you have a good conversation, I'm there. If you have a good conversation, I don't care what you're talking about.
No, because we just talk so much shit on this AM station.
Let me go check my notes. There was something else. Now that you're here, Tory Lanes, be anything except for insecure.
Ooh, that's good.
I write self-affirmations every once in a while. Oh, I'm going to show you that picture in a minute of that rapper who lives in my town. And you know why? He was actually talking about, there's this big controversy. I don't follow any of these guys, but they were talking about something. And it's weird to me that someone who went to the same schools that I did, that grew up in the same town that I did, is a gangster rapper. And like, bro, I know where you're from. Like, you can't front. You can't front.
You're just poser. You just want to yell poser every time you see their picture.
But he's up there with the heart. But you know what the funny thing is? Like, those Snoop Dogg crowd won't hang out with him.
Because they know he's a poser.
And like, those are the real guys because they're from the neighborhoods that everyone's claiming. So it's just weird to me to see someone who went to literally the same high school I went to, had the same experience, and he's got tattoos all over his. But anyways, there's a sweatshirt that he was wearing, and I'm going to copy.
Go for it.
I need your help, though, because I think it's just a giant triangle with a hood because it hangs.
Well, pull me up a picture so we can analyze this. Not that I'm an expert, but we've got the chat will help us out where I fail us.
I did. I cropped it, and I even zoomed in on the picture, too.
Sweet. As long as you can enlarge it.
Because in my head, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I can make this. It was 3:30 in the morning, though, when I saw it. So the next day, when I woke up, I was like, all right, I need to look at the picture again.
Right. What did I actually decide I was going to do?
Well, I have this thing of anti-arrogance of, like, checking things just to make sure, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's okay to be sure of your abilities, but there's a fine line between, arrogance and
I never feel sure. I make so many things for the first time that I've never tried before. I'm just like, well, I bought the fabric cheap. I've got all the materials. What do I have to lose? So sometimes like this ridiculous pants, I feel brazen, but I'm like that I spent the most in time because I might have spent 5, 10, I don't know, maybe $50 in all the materials. It's the labor that's the expensive part.
Exactly. And that's I always say that, like, when no one should ever ask me why clothes are expensive, you just come hang out with me and I'll show you why they are.
Yeah, especially made to fit rather than off the rack. My only tattoo nobody can see unless I don't know. I want another one, but at the same time I'm like, do I want to spend the money on another one? I'm old and uncomfortable in my skin.
It's so funny. I have a family member who started getting tattoos at almost like 50, 60 years old.
No,
Yeah,
I've
'cause
had one since I was 18. I got it when I was in university. My first year, my friend did it in the dorm room. There may or may not have been Chinese import fancy drugs that you smoke from like way back in the day, not this like modern. And
You and I are from the same generation. I know exactly what you're talking about.
it tasted
Holy
like
cow.
perfume. It's so beautiful. Like, I shouldn't even be, but
That holy cow is flying over my house. I finally know what you're talking about.
right.
I know that.
There's some things.
I've danced with that as well.
Yeah, there's things that I'm glad I can't find or don't want to, but I understand the whole old-fashioned aesthetic allure of it, because just leave it at that. Correct. Oh God, no, I don't do that modern shit. Well, no, never mind. No.
I already gave the disclaimer so you can misspeak all day long.
I neither confirm nor deny that I've tasted anything that is questionable.
Oh, did I actually finish that leg without a mistake? See, the other one took an hour because I'm so rusty because I've been making coats for a year and a half.
That's true. You also didn't have any help, and I'm here to help.
Thank you.
Unburden the load, at least until Human comes home, because
I can't sew and chat at the same time. Well, I
it
can't.
is a skill. I think I could. Maybe we'll do some like solo shows so that your voice can have a break. But
I always think of that young lady with the green, Juki, the Australian lady. She always
seems legit. I don't know her name, but I just know her handle.
She always sews by herself, and I'm like, you are brave. You are so brave.
She's done what she's done enough. Yes, and I like how she's expanded. Like she does her sewing videos, but also she's gotten into the laser engraving stuff.
It's good to expand your horizons, you know?
Right, yeah, I just don't have cash for that type of new hobby. Hula hooping and sewing is expensive enough.
There is someone that I follow that I'm like, you need, like, I almost want to write him a letter. I'm so old. I want to tell them, like, you need to tell people you're sponsored because your machine is $10,000 and you have 4 of them in the same room.
Oh, fuck.
Like, I know it's those like super fancy embroidery machines that do everything. And I looked it up, and each one is 10 grand, and she's got a factory of them in there.
I know. Well, who is it? So Steen, the one costumer, Baby Lock hooked her up with one venture, and now she's got 2. So she's got 2 $20,000, or no, 2 $10,000 Baby Locks. And
so I want to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I can't be a brand ambassador for frickin' white. I like my.
A long time ago on Herbs and Altars channel, I saw this video, and he did an expo. Well, he kind of like exposed Killstar.
Oh yeah, all those fast fashion. Yeah,
They
Yep,
sponsor
yep.
people, but they give them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like people, like I go shopping for boots because boots are expensive. Like if I find a pair of boots my size, I grab them.
I just
Like
go to the thrift store, but when you've
same.
only got size 6,
Oh,
I mean,
I wear 13. It's rare.
I know everything's miniature on me except for the parts that are definitely not miniature.
But like there I feel like certain YouTubers should be like, hey, I'm sponsored. There's no way the average person, someone sitting at their house, can afford $100,000 worth of clothes. You know?
No, and why do I want crappy made clothes to begin with when I can make, well, everything I make is not
Well,
an issue.
They make their money lying to children and the impressionable. Let's be real. Like,
Oh my
you're
god, we're
got
missing.
this.
Oh, Slap Fight. We're competing with Slap Fight 4 on Rumble. I just got the notifications on my phone.
You smoked crocodile.
No. Oh.
Hey, Commander.
I'm waving my hands through my avatar by talking. My sound waves.
How are you?
All right. I just got a add-on for OBS working. It's called Advanced Scene Switcher, and
Ooh.
that will enable me to take one render of the penguin in the power armor with the mouth open, one video with the mouth closed. Otherwise, they're identical, and basically use the sound to make it talk because I can't use
Awesome.
the Unreal Engine yet.
Hi, Sydney. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hey. Oh my god, that's terrible that you just had 6 goddamn messages fail.
Here's the
I
thing.
love it.
Here's a still.
I love it. I absolutely love it, Commander. Hi, Sydney. Hello, hello. Yay. Sewing on a Wednesday. Good. I'm so glad everyone's here because my machine is fighting me today.
Oh, I fixed mine before I showed up, or the one I'm sewing on at least.
I'm almost
We
done
will
now.
bring the pain to the denizens of the Flatterer.
I so want one of those, but people would unsubscribe when I just would not back off. I so want one of those. Oh,
What? The power armor?
your voice, the voice changer. Oh, Sydney, you go home tomorrow. How's the weather where you are? Because it's kind of uncharacteristically not California today.
Yeah. Oh, are you getting the heat wave in a couple days though? Next week I saw it's supposed to be like 102.
Let
We're
me go.
supposed to be getting this West Coast heat wave.
I thought we already had it.
No, it's not been 100 yet this year where I am. It's not officially summer. Ooh, next Sunday, 102. I don't believe it till I see it then.
A little warm. Yeah, it's like it's freakishly not California this time of year. What am I doing? I'm looking for my maps.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Just different.
Well, I'll tell you honestly, like my plant isn't as like I compared my plant last year that it was the year before, and it's not as large, but it's more watered.
No, everything at my house is
Oh,
like
you mean
just
it's wet?
Well,
It's
no,
wetter than usual.
well by this
humid,
time
but
last
not
year,
wet.
I had a 10-foot pot plant last year, and mine's only like 4 or 5 feet this year because we've had
So
unseasonable
it's
weather.
colder?
It
Is it
started off
colder or
colder.
hotter?
It started off
Oh, I
colder,
got it.
and then it's just it's a weird mild summer. It's the strangest thing. Oh, you have a tropical system going through your way soon. Lots of water.
Yeah, I
Yay.
know. It's 53% humidity. I'm like dying standing up at Brunhilde right now.
Waternay reminded me the other day that El Nino's coming. And at first I was like, oh yeah, yay. And then I remembered that was one of the most depressing years of my life. But keep in mind, I was in high school. So I was going to be emo regardless of the weather.
I'm always emo. But not that like 2000s emo, like Placebo, Rammstein, like original emo. No, I
This
don't.
was like 1996. Do you want to know how emo I am? I can't believe I'm admitting this. I used to listen to Dashboard Confessional before it was popular.
Yes. Oh my god, the Pixies are playing in September, 5 hours away.
Do you know what's really funny? When I lived in Portland, I saw Wu-Tang in a venue the size of this room. I can't even tell you how many bands I saw in Portland in these small venues.
This is not a small venue, but what is it? It's three bands. It's Pixies, Cat Power, and not Modest Mouse. No, that's
wow.
something similar. I don't know, but a 5 hour drive and missing work because it's like a Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know.
Commander, have you ever stood in line for concert tickets?
No,
Are you a show goer?
not really. I've seen concerts before, but I don't like go crazy over them.
When I was the thing that got me hooked on it when I was a young child, a couple of family members took me to a Slayer show, and it like it was overwhelming. I was like a little kid. I was like 9 or 10, and that's what changed my life. And I went to shows all the time after that.
No, I think
I'm
my
still,
first rock show was like Bare Naked Ladies. It's my
mine
sibling
was Slayer.
for Christmas.
Bare Naked Ladies is awesome, though.
It was a good show. I'm not complaining.
I would love to see Bare Naked Ladies. That's like
Yes.
I'm still waiting for the day that LA gets so much water that the LA River goes over the top and the concrete channel and it becomes Katrina 2.0. It happens. Small venues are the best. Absolutely. That's what I miss Portland.
I know
I
tiny
will
like dive bars. This is like at a big amphitheater. I'm like,
You know what's so funny? Like for all my traveling, it's so funny to see that Sydney, like I miss Portland. But when I think of it, I think of Portland 23 years ago, 22 when I lived there, you know.
yeah, because Portland now is like San Francisco now. They all suck.
Look. Oh, San Francisco makes me want to cry too. San
Yeah,
Francisco makes me want to cry.
yeah.
The only sorry. The only musical concerts I've ever been to were classical ones. I don't do crowds or loud music. My first was Handel's Messiah, done by a small community orchestra.
That's
Awesome.
good. My actual little first concert was Sarah Chang being conducted by Itzhak Perlman. It was like my actual first concert.
Was Shauna Na and then AC/DC. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm biased towards those days. You know what the funny thing is? You couldn't drag me to a festival nowadays. I'm an agoraphobe. Sorry.
Yeah, I've always had sensitive hearing, so loud concerts always bugged me. But yeah, people creep me out.
You know, it's because I've had years like I was recently reminded that I've like bunkered in since COVID, and I just can't I don't know. It's just with everything that's going on, I don't go into big crowds anymore.
I know I've been practicing this my whole life, but I miss performing. And if I don't get to the studio, then people forget that I exist. So I don't know how to. Am I just gonna like make hula hoop acts and do them online? Because video performing is not this is valid, and live performers can't always do it. But I miss like being in front of a live studio audience.
I think also that's why I miss the smoke, desperation, and just busyness of Vegas.
Yeah,
I miss the crowd. I miss the anxiety. Like, but really, it's just nostalgia of the trip. Of it's just nostalgia.
yeah. I know, maybe I should just go out and busk in the park in my cute outfits or ridiculous outfits.
I always think about that. Like, should I go? I always think about that. Like, if I grabbed my banjo, can I just go Spange for fun?
Right? How is this? Oh.
The hula hoop route was filmed in front of a live studio.
Yes.
I'm still thinking about doing that. I'm still thinking about doing my song called Life in front of a live studio audience. And I could get enough people. I could cram them all into the shop. I have stadium seating and everything.
I could. I would definitely need to like depend on my mods to help if I did a live hula hoop stuff so that people could keep out the weird hornbot riffraff that could have. I thought, wait. Oh. Thank goodness I only pinned it to the wrong side and didn't actually sew it yet. All right, everybody's muted. Let's see here. You could always, let's see here. Yes, Justin Bieber was a street performer. How's he doing with his wife who had all that stuff? I could use a soundtrack. Yes, the music's not the issue. I need a big light up applause sign. Yes, can some LED maker or neon maker make me an applause sign? That would be spectacular. I could do that. All right, now that we've flipped her over, we are pinning the right sides of the waistband to the top of the leg band because I think I'm going to sandwich it together, do some binding, and throw in some buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing buttonholes? Not sure. Maybe loops in case I get smaller or bigger there. No, we're not getting bigger. This size is already uncomfortable. Well, you're the right side, not the wrong side.
It's a lot of work for me to sing Staying Alive in my garage.
Do, 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 stay alive, stay alive.
I was bumping that song. Butterfly made a comment and it got me going. I checked my thing way earlier and she was like, yeah, let's get Saturday Night Fever going. So I put the song on. It got me going.
Oh, good, sweet. My middles match at the crotch middle. Huzzah.
That's a big huzzah.
Right?
No, you think I'm joking? About in a little while, I'm gonna put my I pulled out a pair of overalls that I made that I didn't finish the bottom of it. I'm scared to put them on because I've gained weight. Like I'm scared. So
I know. My clothes I made literally a year ago don't fit, and I'm like, all right, no, fatty. If you make woven clothes, they have to fit. So either you're not making new clothes, you gotta fit the clothes you got, fatty.
New rule. I say that all the time. New rule.
Yeah, fatty.
I shame myself. I don't need. I do all the time. That's why even these are like. Do you know it's so funny? My mother was always a bigger person, so I go and complain to her because I know she'll laugh in my face. I called her and I was like, "My jeans shrunk."
Yeah, no, they didn't. You just got fat, fatty.
She's like,
no es flaca, tú es gordo, gordo, no camita.
No, she said your food increased is what happened.
Yeah, how to eat comida? Oh, no comida más.
Yeah, exactly. I call her because she laughs her tail off when I tell her, like, or I called her one day and I just was like, I'm fat. And she laughed so hard because she knew what I was talking about. Every time I try on a pair of pants and they don't fit, I have a midlife crisis.
Yeah, no, I've had that makes me a teenage crisis. That makes me an everything crisis. And
well, I say this all the time. I was 170 pounds up until COVID. I gained 50 pounds and I've lost about 20 of it, but imagine being the same size your whole life. Imagine. Literally.
There's nothing wrong with that. No, I've seen it. No, that's my human. They can't put on weight to like save their life. And my family line is like, hey, we can survive the apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly.
You got fat. I got you covered.
Exactly. Oh,
So
crazy
yeah,
idea. You need to do a Village People stream. I think you just figured out my new Halloween costume.
right, because the Power Rangers and the six pack ain't gonna cut it this year.
Well, that is always an unrealistic goal, and also
Yeah, true.
My Star Trek uniform shames me because I look at pictures of myself and it was perfect. If I put it on right now, I would rip it because I've gained that much weight. I've never liked the Village People. You sound like my dad. He was in the Navy. He's like, I don't hate
In the
people. I hate those
Navy.
guys.
Do.
Eric Cartman's immortal words. I'm big boned.
Fat, I'm big boned. Yeah, no, we used to have to be shamed into going to the husky section, so I know what it's like to be short and rotund.
I've gained quite a few pounds, and I'm telling you, I don't feel it until I put my pants on because my shirts still fit. Everything's relatively
Right,
the
because there's
same
ease in
size.
that, but woven clothes, they fit you where they don't.
My pants are like, nope. I was
Homie,
thinking
go
what's gonna
home.
happen. Now I close the weight that I should be, and it's weird, but that's awesome. That's a good weird though, Commander. That's a good weird. 6'3" and 190 here. I got that. We just got back from World War II.
Yeah, that's like a skin. Yes, you are a very beanpole descriptive individual, human. And that's okay. Everybody's different. I just, yeah. Mm. Okay. Pant leg sewing commence. No, this is too heavy to sew. Wow, these pants weigh a lot. Oh, should I pinpoint? No, okay. As I'm like thinking out loud, because I've got one
Okay, I
front
think
band.
it
Okay, go ahead.
only took me an hour and 45 minutes to do something that usually would take me 45 minutes.
That's why I guesstimated 20 hours for sewing
Oh.
sequins when it only took me like 8.
Holy cow. I don't know why that took. There was a ton of mistakes. I went through 3 needles.
2 bobbins.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's okay though. That's that. It's not all rainbows and handshakes here in the Godless Sewing channel.
Oh no, neither at the circus.
But that's this beautiful thing. I want people to see me making mistakes. I want them to see the real sewing,
No. I'm having my own mistakes, even though you can hear my pains, but yeah.
Nobody Nerfect is real. That's why, like, on certain channels, I'm like, ooh, you did 9 hours of prep. And like
I
50
know,
takes.
like the beautiful curated videos miss all of this beautiful fun times with our fans of interacting of like how things actually get crapballed in the middle.
Or how this thing is just like done with me. It's like, bro, you did your duty. You're done. What are you doing? Too much is my middle name.
Right, and I did not make enough of this green piping, but that's fine. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did I attach any of it? What the fudge just happened here?
To Baby Lock's credit, like any other machine would have completely pooped out on me by now. So kudos to you, Baby Lock.
Oh, did you use a Schmetz Gene needle? Good question.
No, they were universals, and I was snapping them. I buy the universals, I swear by them. And as I was talking about it and endorsing them, I'm snapping them.
I know we should do a head-to-head on your machine and my machine of that new fancy unsticky universal. But I think that's for like handbag makers who put double-sided tape and like make their needles sticky. Who does that?
Gilroy, technically I do because I use a leather needle for everything, but they've been out of them where I live. Hey, manufacturers, make more leather needles. I use them for everything. Please, thank you.
No, I like this Schmetz Universal. I just use my needles till they break or they die, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should change the needle because I fixed everything else.
I'm like 50-50 because I go by the sewing book, but let's be real, who changes their needle for every project?
No, but I think we're entering that land of sewing enough that after like a 4-hour scream, maybe we should.
That's true. That's
If
true.
like,
I'm from the school of thought that if you think about sharpening your needles, it's time to change them. Because people tell me all the time, like, oh, you should sharpen your needles and this and that. And I'm like,
what fourth are you talking of?
there's my lawyer. I was waiting for that comment.
I'm the same way. I'm like, I can't. When the needle breaks or I start to have problems, that's
Kind of like
Ellie
when
will
the,
correct us and be like, no, 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 no. You're wrong. And I'm here for that too.
it's kind of like when the cigarette companies were like, oh, we're healthy and we're safe.
Do you want to not gain weight in pregnancy? Here, have a cigarette.
Yeah.
Your doctor, here, I'm smoking during your office visit. How can I help you?
I am so tempted to put one of those commercials in my videos, but they always come with heavy disclaimers.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, this is a raw look without cutting the strings off or anything. I'm gonna put these on. We'll do a reveal.
Wednesday Night Raw.
Damn right. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. I think I should put the stop cam on before I start derobing.
All right, okay, no naked godlessness tonight. Sorry,
It's
what a
not
nice
that kind of
mom
Wednesday.
who's not here.
It is
Let's
not
see
that kind
here.
of Wednesday.
Let's see here, Allie. There is a needle sharpener that is on some bobbin winders. Interesting, Kilroy. I got a knife sharpener that also has a needle and fishing hook sharpener. That is fancy. I should check my utilitool and see if I've got something like that. Oh, come to where sewing is. Come to where sewing is. Come to godless country.
Yes, that's a t-shirt. I should put my glasses on. I can't see anything.
It's all right because I'm not Nigerian, so I can't do the come to MAGA country. Oh, but speaking of that, Nate, the lawyer, refiled parts of his claim against Christopher Boozy and Bot Sentinel today, so we'll see how that goes.
I can't, are you talking about Nate?
Yeah.
I can't believe he's like YouTube famous. I remember when he was just hanging out in the atheist community, and look at him now. He's famous.
He is. He's super huge in the law tube. And I didn't realize he came partly from like the health input, like I want to be not a husky man camp also with his kids and his exercise videos. Those looked so adorable.
Oh, I've gained so
But I felt
much
bad
weight.
for him too. All right, fatty.
I don't want to be a husky person either.
I know, 20
I don't need a
pounds on
belt for
me.
these.
I'm so uncomfortable and my cute clothes don't fit. I don't like it.
The rule is I know I've gained weight when I do not need a belt for my pants that I've had my entire life.
Yeah, all right, come on, Gordo.
Oh, these are. I got to put some shoes on and accessorize with these though.
Okay,
All
right, because this is not only feet.
I put socks on for that very reason. I didn't even know that existed until you told me, and then I looked it up and it's real.
I'm
Weird
in
beard.
some weird places of the Kivers.
Weird beards. Who would have thought? You don't want to see my salmon snatchers. My feet should be on no feet.
You pay me to not show
Yeah,
my-
exactly. People should pay me not to show mine. These are gangster. I love these pants. I love bell bottoms. I'm sorry.
Cute. I don't like the length, but that's too long.
All the
for me.
pain was
If
worth
you've got
it.
boots on, it's okay.
All the crying and the pain was worth it. I love these pants.
Good.
And I pinned inside incorrectly. It's anti-book, but it worked. Let's see. I can see myself on this screen. Oh, look at that. It covers my complete foot.
It does.
I had to add color to go complete hippie because the jean look, I do like the jean look, but adding color lets you know, like, nah, man, I'm a hippie, which I'm not. All right. I'm going to wear these for a while. Let's take a break and then we'll go on to the next project.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I am pinning the piping to the front half of my perfectly poofy pantaloons. No, these are Pluderhosens. These are outerwear, definitely not underwear tonight, kids.
Thank you, Sydney. Thank you. Needs the 1970s platform boots. I have my cowboy boots. I could go total urban cowboy, which I watched the other night. Because Dustin Hoffman is 80 years old.
Okay.
Now, how do you get a cowboy in an urban area? Because cowboys were supposed to drive cows.
It was such a good movie. I forgot how good of a movie it was. I don't even want to give it away. It's such a good movie. Oh. Cowboy hat and bell bottoms. That's a good combo. I'm stepping on the bell bottom.
I know, that's the thing. Like, why? I hate stepping on the bottom of my garments. They need to be. I like an ankle length at longest. I hate tripping on the bottom of whatever it is I'm wearing. A 6-foot train? You got to be freaking kidding me! Can't do it.
I wear capes, so I love that dragging feeling.
Oh no! Why do you want to get all your clothes dirty and torn and ruined at the bottom? It's disgusting.
Where are my other shoes? I tried to wear my I'm tough biker Vans, but my foot was too fat, so I gave up and threw them across the room, and they're back behind there now.
Well, okay, that's too many 2 signs, fatty.
Well, they're
You don't need
they
to
were tied.
rationalize to me.
They were tied, and I couldn't get them on. And I'm like, I've gained weight, and I chucked them both literally over here somewhere.
As if the not needing a belt wasn't sign enough. Sorry, wow, I'm really feisty in the not fat
Okay.
shame.
Do you know what? If I'm considered obese, and everybody else is in trouble because I'm like skinny fat.
I'm technically overweight and I do not care for it. I'm not comfortable in my skin, and it's nobody's fault but my own, so I can't complain, but damn it, I don't like it.
Commander, do you do a lot of like drinking and eating in your truck?
Drinking and eating. Not unless I overnight.
Because like today, I'll tell you, I was driving around and I used that as an excuse to go score some fast food.
Yeah, don't do that, loser.
When like my kid was literally making a nutritional meal.
Now, do I eat out way too much? No, but I'm still either maintaining the current weight or losing.
Good for you.
I am pregnant. Quote that one. I am.
Oh no, that's gonna get me onto these horrible things I've heard that I don't really want to even have to reiterate. I've heard some stupid shit recently that's making me mad.
There's been some fights there. I think I know what you're talking about. There's some people that have said some things that have started some fights, but
okay, I don't even want to say it here. I'll post it in the private chat, and then you can vet this topic of conversation.
I'm gonna show you the picture in a minute of what I'm looking for before Phoenix tries to get us all canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. You know what? I'm not gonna complain about the humidity. I'm not gonna complain about the humidity. Okay, I'm so glad that I have my stop cam on. I looked up. I was like, do I have my stop cam on?
Yes. Oh my god. That topic makes me mad. Oh my god. What the?
Oh. Folks. Yeah, that'll start a.
I know. Oh my god.
But you know what though? Okay, so let's be real. I think a lot of things, certain people say things online as hot button issues to start a fight. I truly believe that half of these people aren't even what they say they are. They're all on the same side.
Something's going on because shit's like super weird, and I don't Oh my god. Ow, porcupines! Oh, porcupines!
Okay, good. Oh man.
Oh, is that the sound of you getting out of your skinny pants because you're feeling poofy?
It's wardrobe change. I'm out of breath just from my wardrobe change.
Okay, that's also a problem, kid.
An old friend of mine held water. He really wasn't big. He couldn't drink water for 2 days and lost 40 pounds. His
What?
father was the same. It killed him from complications of that. I'm an asthmatic, so it leads to all kinds of weird swelling and breathing problems.
Oh, right, because that's yeah, never mind. We're not going to have a science lesson
It's
unless
air
people
intake.
request for it.
So people don't mess with your air intake.
Yeah, right. Don't fudge with your ACE inhibitors, your ACE receptors in your lungs.
That's awesome though. Do you know what's so funny? When like sewing online, I get more done than sitting here and watching YouTube videos and judging people. It's
Well,
so
right, because
fun
you
in here.
actually like people are watching me to sew and not just sit here and be a bum.
Well, I take 15 breaks. I go walk and harass my kid, make sure he's getting, but he's so efficient. Like even with his schoolwork and everything, he's an old pro now, you know.
Well, it's good he's back in the saddle so quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's this morning I walked in his room and he already was sitting there doing schoolwork at 7:45.
Oh, good. All right, maybe he knows he's got to have save time for Oculus and proselytizing.
Wait, you need air to live? What kind of science is this? Oh my gosh. If the Lung and Heart Association ever got a hold of me, they would kidnap me. They saw what I did to my body. Oh man, it's muggy in here.
I know. I feel
Says the guy
bad.
who's I'm gothic though. I wear black. Commander, do you wear any specific colors? Like I wear black every day.
Actually, I wear black and dark blue.
I'm very much like that too. I'm all about when someone asks me, I jokingly say I'm gothic.
I just wear those colors because of
You're kind of fading in and out on your microphone.
well, that's because I wasn't near it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was at the other computer setting up a render. I got the penguin with the mouth open, so I gotta get the penguin with the mouth closed. A 1 minute loop, and then I can use that add-on I talked about to trigger the switch between the two videos.
Mark, we say the same thing at my shop about anyone that has pants hanging past their boots, that you're going to pick up every wood chip, every metal chip, everything in the shop. See, I wouldn't wear this stuff in the shop. How long does it take to render most of your stuff?
Well, I was using the ray tracing on that because it looks better. And so that was about 9 to 10 seconds a frame, and there was 1,440 frames.
That's wow. I'm definitely gonna put my
And the
belt on.
Unreal Engine could do it almost real time, but I don't have that set up yet.
Oh, there's all kind of technical stuff I want to do, but then I have to remind myself that I'm not like I'm a sewing channel. Like nobody, like most of the people don't want to see me play Sonic the Hedgehog. They don't want to see me do things. I am literally a sewing channel. Because I see people who I consider over ambitious, and I'm like, I just came here to see how to make a flat hem.
I'm actually thinking of rendering this with a transparency or a green screen so that I can basically have that playing. And I'm thinking of, if we're not doing point and laugh at stupid stream, trying some kind of game. Because most of the people who subscribe to me since the Fallout armor came out, their channels, that I could see, it's a lot of games and hot chicks dancing.
You don't need a live chat with awards and bar graphics just to watch someone make a Jamiroquai hat. I agree. I'm anti bells and whistles in certain instances, but I reserve the right to have a WWE entrance. One day I will have the entrance with full pyrotechnics of me holding up a sewing machine or something ridiculous in that sense.
And I have a power armor that says NASA on it too.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what's really funny? They sell these really strange onesies. I almost bought a onesie that's a Kings hockey uniform, but then I was like, no, I'm old. I can't do this. But I would wear a NASA onesie. I would. So what's your interest? Do you know, that's so funny. I don't know. There's like 15 different songs that I would use for my entrance theme.
And I still have to render an intro for me for Slim Cyborg. And what we're going to do is war. War never changes. And we've been at war with the flat earth. And then something awesome, overpowered, and epic. Probably reuse some of the videos from the Coming to America thing.
I can't
but
believe
make
you
it
didn't
just overpowered. I need to finish it.
So did you get a copyright strike for using Neil Diamond?
No, because he lets that one go. Because it's coming to America. You got to remember, right? He would likely not exist if not for his grandmother coming to the United States from Kiev.
I like both of your guys.
I likely would not exist if, family didn't come here. I mean, my goodness. Old country was a place where everyone hated you and wanted to kill you. The Nazis were shit, the Soviets were shit, and America was great in comparison.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Do you know what, Mark? I think that's going to be my new official theme song is Why Can't We Be Friends by War? Oh. You know what, though? My grandmother, she came, I always laugh when I see someone wearing a Pancho Villa shirt because they're not old enough to have a family member tell you the truth of what went on. My grandmother and her 12 sisters left Mexico because Pancho Villa and his buddies were worse than the Spanish. And so basically all the women fled to America. But because my grandmother came from a northern territory, she was able to get across. And
there's a treaty that basically says that within so many miles, ingress and egress is not to be fucked with if they have family on the other side.
It's too late now for the folks who've got to deal with the razor wire and underwater circular saws.
Gosh, that sounds like a video game.
That's a bit excessive. But
no, that's new.
No. I mean the razor wire and underwater circular saws. That's a bit excessive.
It reminds me of a Star Wars video game I played in high school.
It reminds me of Koopa's, the underwater Koopa's castle in Mario.
Heck yeah. You know, I'm a Mario fanatic. Heck yeah. Let's cut some pieces for these overalls so Phoenix can fat shame me when I try them on and they don't fit.
We'll hand-based them and cut them a little bit, cut extra seam allowance. If you cut it, then it will fit. Just make them bigger than you think, Gordo.
I do need you. I wish you lived a little closer so you could come and berate me. Like, are you smoking that third joint? Do you really need that 15th cup of coffee? Are those chili fries? Are those chili fries?
I'm good at, I know I'm not always good at implementing stuff, but I'm good at telling other people what to do. It's a inborn skill I have.
I've said this many a times. I eat like an emancipated 13-year-old to the point where it's made my son a health fanatic. Just by watching my unhealthy behavior.
No, but that's good though. I think we've needed some young folks who have some sense on their shoulders and their head above their waistline. Wow, Brunhild's taken all. Wow, we're sewing a lot of fabric and another layer to go with all these pleats and folds and thick fabric. She is a beast. Hopefully, I didn't catch my piping inappropriately.
I can almost tell how old someone is by how loud their truck is. Or how insecure they are.
Mm.
And I'd like everyone to know that I'm about to use my cutting table for its actual intended purpose.
You're gonna cut shit on your cutting table?
I know. That's why I'm noting this, because I rarely use things that they're properly supposed to be used for. Oh.
Okay, let's see here. Mark says, go ahead.
No,
okay.
please, by all means.
No, Mark says, I heard a good joke about Trump's wall. What do Mexicans think about Trump's wall? Don't worry, they'll get over it. Exactly. Biden's wall is the one you got to worry about right now. Kilroy, just tell them your grandpa was Pancho Villa and you have the right to get as fat as a tick. You could, but when you've been a beanpole your whole life, being fat's not nice. Like, I know there's some things you're just not going to get, but being fat sucks. I don't like it. Your waistline should not exceed your height. And granted, it's 6'3", that's 73 inches. Heaven help you if your waistline is 73 inches.
As a precautionary tale, I feel like we need to talk about the guy who got arrested for threatening Dark Brandon on
got arrested? The guy who got like the FBI
capped.
took him out.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day in Utah. Like, what the W? That a little excessive.
But also, don't poke the bear. Stop.
Yeah, but don't be. I mean, that was excessive. Like,
but we know where we live, though. We don't
exactly. Wrong speech is a criminal pub. Oh, the CDC's got there on their. They had on the front page of their website.
I had a coworker. I had a coworker at a place where I worked who was not allowed within a mile of Hillary Clinton because he blasted a picture of her and then mailed it to her. And I can understand why they're so jumpy. I mean, if you listen to some of the rhetoric coming out of, I forget what the example that they gave over at Resolute Square, but there was someone working for, I think, it was either OAN or Newsmax, basically said, well, someone asked, he basically said, kill all the liberals, kill these people, kill that people. And this is a quoted journalist basically saying, let's kill them all. And that's a kind of talk that, you know, we're dehumanizing absolutely everybody. It's just dehumanizing people to the point where people's resistance to violence against their neighbor, you know, it's not the politician that they're actually angry at right now. It's their neighbors. It's these people over here who are living in a way that, say, some people would not choose to live, is somehow aggrieving you because your religious practices are not being observed by people over here therefore you've been aggrieved in some way. And that, I don't understand that, because like the Bible says, don't eat the pig, and no one's passing, you're not having a bunch of Jews screaming, yeah, let's pass laws against people who eating pig. No, that doesn't happen. But we're just dehumanizing people all over the place. Right? We're, it's like, oh, you recycle an idea from Kennedy or Johnson. You're a radical communist Marxist. It's just over the top, and it's going to get people hurt. And
No, it already is.
and
There was
then
a
calling,
reporter. Oh, go ahead. I'll start when you're done.
and then it's the rhetoric towards one another is just over the top and horrible.
Exactly. There was a trial this week up in the northern lands of the Portlandistan. I don't know what it is anyway. But there, reporter Andy No had no, he wasn't a reporter. He was an independent journalist who was documenting some of the Antifa stuff, and he'd had his phone stolen. Like crimes against him. And this week was his civil trial, and they were trying to woke wash him as some anti-Semite fascist, and he's a first-generation Vietnamese. His parents left Vietnam after the war, came here. He was born in this country. Like, he's not a white supremacist, and they're parading him around as something that he's not. He just there's so much I'm getting punchy.
And even the word, and you've heard what godless and I think of the word woke. It's just basically, it's a thought stopping technique, because there's just a huge difference between how one definition of the word is used and another definition of the word is used. And I think because DeSantis was really good at using the word woke, actually better than Trump. There's a clip on the Midas Touch that I downloaded. I'll have to get it, where Trump is talking about woke, 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 woke. And then Trump's basically saying no one could even agree upon the definition of the word, because DeSantis was gaining on him, and he wanted to diffuse DeSantis's perceived advantage in just using the word woke. I mean, when they were passing laws to target certain ethnic groups to try to make it harder to vote in Georgia, and Major League Baseball said, we don't like this. Voter suppression is not being for being against voter suppression is now woke. Being for democracy is woke. And I'll stop
this. No. It's okay. I saw this today. I saw this yesterday about the Stop Oil people that went on the track. They are so lucky they did not get annihilated by an F1 car.
That video from last week, who they were trying to stop impeding some woman whose kid needed to go to emergency A&E in England. Like, oh my God, you guys are dummies.
Do you know why I decided outside, besides the being Jewish thing, I decided not to drive trucks for Smithfield?
No.
Because routinely there are idiots outside the meat plant who will basically make you lightly run over them in order to get the pigs in there. And I'm not putting up with that shit.
Porcupines. Oh God.
I could have that job. If you get me pre-coffee,
get out of my way. Stop oil. Stop big pig.
I have a Class C license.
I got you covered, bro.
Get me pre-coffee, you will not get in my way. I'll get out and yell at him too, like a parent. What is wrong with you? Is this what you chose to do with your life? Hillary said I was in traffic yesterday and I was behind one of those obnoxious pickup trucks. The dude literally turned left in an intersection at 20 miles an hour and then proceeded to go 80 in a 45. Yeah, sounds about right. The stop oil people in Europe sometimes are a threat to themselves. One of them ran on the F1 track. That gave me anxiety. When I saw that footage, I was like, get off the track. It's not worth it. Like,
Well, they think so. I mean, the stupid picture of the two folks who got their hands in the concrete. Do we know? Did they keep their hands? Like,
there's no way that they physically could have. If they did, it's a miracle. Do not
right?
mess around with chemicals. Do not mess around with chemicals.
They've
you
got
don't know
some
what you're
great health
doing.
insurance to be able to afford that. Their government probably paid for that, and we're stuck with stupid shit that we can't get paid for in this country. But I'm getting feisty. Sorry.
We have a saying at my job when someone's getting crazy. We're like, "Hey, man, that guy must have really good health insurance."
You don't have state. Well, I don't know. State Medicaid's paying for shit that is. What's wrong with this? Okay, never mind.
We're not gonna get too political because two Wednesdays ago, I had a
Right,
full.
I know you
mutiny
got
on my-
cancer. I know that's why
Full
I
mutiny.
posted my comments in the private chat and not publicly because I was like, this is a hot button issue that makes me saucy.
Though,
Oh, yeah.
as an objective scientific observation, right? Eventually, there's two things. We can't dump oil right now, but eventually it would be a good idea if you could move to nuclear or something of that nature and then keep petroleum for things like trucks. I'm not saying that it's going to happen anytime soon, but
No, but there's nothing wrong with
nuclear is really good.
it. Is. Our only problem now is that with the whole stuff with Niger and them having all the uranium and us blocking our uranium mining, we've got some. Where's my. What? You're not pinned right. Jerks. Oh, there's. Okay. Blah.
Well, Ukraine actually has large uranium reserves.
So do we.
And
natural
know.
resources are funny that way because if you really think about it, Mexico is the second largest exporter of diesel oil in the world, and look at their country. Look, it's literally a second world country. And look at my people, Nigeria.
Niger.
No, Nigeria.
Nigeria different from Niger?
Yeah,
No,
they're
I'm
totally
confused.
Niger and Nigeria are two different places.
Okay, so there's Niger and Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria is oil rich, but they have a population comparable to America. They have 200,000. We're like at 300 something, but they have one of the largest ghettos in the world compared to Brazil. And they're oil rich. They're super oil rich,
Right,
but
because their imperialist overlords are like, hey, you don't need that. We're just gonna we need that way more than you do.
You mean like Yevgeny Prigozhin, who the Wagner Group is basically has gone through Africa over the last decade and seized mineral resources all over the continent?
They're not even the last decade. They're doing that like last week. They're picking up
Oh, I know.
oils. They're like, hey, well, Wagner Group is like, hey, your country's let you down. Us, Mama Russia, will protect you. We need your good.
You know what my grandfather said about trusting the Russians? He said, never trust the Russians to liberate you from anything, or the devil will have his due, and you will long for whatever oppressed you. And to give you an idea, in Judaism, right, the devil is not very big, like in Christianity, but he was driving home a point. Don't trust him worth a damn.
I know. Government. All I remember is my grandma saying those Cossacks, the Cossacks are such heavy.
The Bolsheviks.
No, the Cossacks. She would complain about the Cossacks and their big heavy steps being too loud. They couldn't step lightly.
The favelas in Brazil make for the craziest places in LA and Detroit look like Disneyland. Kilroy. That's like Australia and Canada have huge amounts of uranium. That's like when a friend of mine took me to Baltimore. She was like, "Oh, you think LA's ghetto? Baltimore is one of the scariest places on planet Earth." I'm not scared of much, and I'm man enough to admit it. Baltimore was a scary place.
I've driven and delivered stuff in Baltimore, and the streets, as far as navigating a truck, were scarier than at least what I saw.
It's the only place where I saw a legitimate fire, like people were burning fires and trash cans on the street, like a 1980s movie.
Oh, so you haven't been to San Francisco in a while?
No, I haven't gone in a long time because in my mind I couldn't afford San Francisco.
Right, no, or it's the former, not the latter. And both all at the same time.
That was like I said the other day, that place was the default in my head, and like when I see what it's been turned into, it makes me want to cry. Because I remember like I lost my car in San Francisco and people helped me find it.
Yeah, not no more. Your car on to the chop shop. I apologize, folks. I'm in my pissy, feisty mood right now.
That's okay. We're an equal opportunity employer here at the Godless Sewing Channel. All ideals are welcome.
And I have a version of this where he says, "No more malarkey."
Oh, that's funny. That can be construed in every way. I like that. I did that with a picture of my ex-wife's stepmom. She was an evil person, and since she's not in my life anymore, I can say she was one of the most evil human beings I've ever been around. I took a picture and I put laser beams coming out of her eyes. They used it against me in divorce court.
Oh
no! But then the judge got to know her.
Well, the fun thing about the Dark Brandon meme, right, is this cognitive dissonance. On one hand, he's Sleepy Joe who can't put words together, and on the other hand, he's this great big competent threat that is almost mythical in its danger.
You know, I'm scared.
So, it's like, which one is it? Because I'm not going to go into it, but the other one can be stupid, violent, and dangerous. You can be stupid and dangerous, but you can't be stupid. And what I mean by stupid, in other words, you can't be sleepy and be lasers coming out of your eyes, not being able to form sentences.
Like my mother always says,
the silent but deadly type. But I think he's more the stupid and incompetent. I think that Dark Brandon was a good play, but I mean, those red lights were a little much.
My mom always says, "Pick one. You can't be one or the other. So you gotta pick one." You know. All right. So, now
I'm going to stay away from the politics, but I'm going to close it with this. When governments, the people in charge, they're actually not supposed to be entertaining or entertain us. If we can actually go to sleep most nights without worrying about what the fuck dear leader is going to do next, that's preferable to me more than anything else.
I wish I could right now.
It's because we don't have adults running. Okay, so I sent the picture. Let's see, there it is. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna come with a disclaimer. This young man, I do not co-sign on any of his behavior, the people he associates with. He just happens to be from my hometown. We went to the same schools. We're just like a generation removed. He's probably 7 or 8 years younger than me, if not. Alexa, how old is Blueface?
Blueface is 26 years old.
Oh, what a baby face! Oh my god, he's a baby wanker.
No, wait a minute. That means he got in a high-speed chase at like 17, 18. He got arrested by my house. Holy cow, he is kind of a criminal.
He's a baby wanker.
He's a child. And you know why? And because these people are millionaires, they have money for these clothes. So I'm going to share a picture because I'm going to make this. Hold on, where is it? And keep in mind, I do not endorse this young man. I
No,
do
but
not.
we think their clothes are cute.
Yeah. I just want the okay, can you see that?
Can you blow it up a little bit?
Yeah.
for me?
How can I zoom
I
in?
want to see the head. You are talking
These
about the
look
hood.
like he's wearing Linus blankets that
Okay.
were taped up.
So my real question is Linus's blanket a big triangle with a hood? Because I'm gonna make that.
No, Linus's blanket is a blanket, which means
I
it's
know.
inherently a rectangle.
But is this just a big triangle? But I want a back piece. I want to see the whole thing of it, and I can't. But because
They
I
used
keep
to sell Linus blankets at FYI,
and you know what's
and
funny?
they were the softest and cuddliest blanket that I have ever had.
He's a Blueface is a young man who I thought was my age, which is literally from gosh, we went to the same high school, but he went 20 years later.
Right, he could be your illegitimate love child.
For real. No, for real, he could.
No, I'm not joking. I only speak the truth. As much
We're the
as
same. For real, he could. But if you guys want to laugh even more, this picture, if you look in the background, that's my hometown. It's just weird to me. This guy is uber famous, and like, you know, all the people of color around my town, they're all like, "Who is this guy?" But he's so famous. But I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that sweatshirt.
I
He's just
think it's an octagon with a rectangle. Oh, is it? Get the muslin out. Do a mock-up. of the
exactly,
shape.
exactly.
Piece the shapes,
I
which
think
is
that's
one giant piece of fabric with some doodads.
Because I'm down for experiments. And the funny thing is, back when I used to like just go in cold, it was perfect. When I try now, I fail. So like when I just go in, like even today with my pants, they look great because I did my backwards way that is like half failure, but it was
Just going raw. It's
Yeah.
better. Who needs lube? Just going raw.
We had a high-speed chase yesterday in Australia yesterday. The driver was 13 years old. Good times. He's gonna have one heck of a story for his jailmates.
No, his juvie friends.
Oh, that's right. They don't put him in
Get
jail. Like,
smudged off your record if you're a juvie.
that is one thing I like about California. If you tick off the government enough, they put you in jail with the big boys. So if you commit a crime like a man, they treat you like one.
Yeah, high speed chase is like a little kid's crime, though.
That is true. That is true. It's not like I'm still shocked that Tory Lane's got 10 years and they're going to deport him. Like I said, we're finally addressing the issue of all those Canadians that come here. I can't even say it without laughing. I can't even say it without
You
laughing.
evil Canadian. We except for Allie. Allie's our token. And Viva Fry and Runkle of the Bailey, but Runkle still lives in Canada. And so do you, Allie. Is there a fund a Canadian to live a better life in America? You can come live at my house. I'll make some room. Amongst my
Ollie, you can come live in mine. You probably know half the people in my neighborhood.
true. And Silas probably has more space than I do. And it's
do.
probably much nicer. But
Well, I filled certain rooms on purpose so family members wouldn't be tempted to move in.
I miss having company and visitors. That's
Aw,
okay.
Ollie.
Oh,
You didn't miss much. We're just the same old rambling. I have the same question that Gilroy has though. How does a 13-year-old see over a dash? Like, what kind of car was it? That's so.
yeah. I mean, shit. Well, actually, I can speak to this. At 13, I was the same height as I was now, currently, and I can still see over the dashboard. So you only
True.
have to be like 5 foot and some change to see over a dashboard.
That is true. I was
Be that tall.
I was 5'7" at 13, and I'm 5'9" now.
So you ask, don't ask silly questions if you don't want silly answers. But I
Ollie, We were debating over who was gonna adopt you, Ollie. That's all. Because
Right.
there was a young man who was arrested, got 10 years in prison, and at the end of his prison sentence, he's being deported back to Canada. And the American side, we are losing it and we're laughing. I see God was sewing his head. I love this angle. I love my CCTV angle. And I have my overalls hanging. I'm about to sew them, but I get so much done while streaming. It's crazy.
It is impetus. But I don't always sew, and I like human left. I could have run to the fridge for stupidness in a minute, but
I do that. Like, see, that's the thing. When I'm in here, like, I'll have the door open. I'll go walk in front of my house, sit on my lawn. I have this really hippie thing where, especially when the moon's out, I'll like sit on my lawn and enjoy the fact that I have grass.
right, touch. Ooh, okay. Na 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 na. Hey hey hey.
Hit my
Goodbye.
microphone.
All right, maybe I'll turn my camera on because I've been. Hopefully, I didn't. No, I sewed all the seams the right way. I might have something to
I'm
show.
gonna
the
be
kitchen.
going to bed in about 30 minutes.
All right, honeydew, melons.
No
That was
worries. I'm not gonna pull a full Elvis tonight. That
no,
5 hour stream was crazy, and I always wake up cranky after long streams.
I know, and I got I have to get up for school in the morning, but I'll turn my camera on for a hot minute to show off this beautiness. Let's see here. No, I don't want that camera. I want you to pay attention to this camera. No, let's see here. Not removed from stream. Come on. Oh, my camera. All right, we're getting there. Sorry for the tech problem.
It wouldn't be YouTube without the tech problems. It says Phoenix's device is not connected. But she's still there. It won't let me click on it either.
Wow, this is weird.
I
There
think
you are.
name. Settings.
It totally kicked it. That was funny.
Oh, this
Hey,
is a horrible angle. All right.
I was on Planet H. I did get way too high. That's why I'm not even smoking as much tonight. I got so ripped. Oh, those are beautiful.
They have a waistband and
Oh,
2 legs and another waistband. All right, can I pull up the crotch and make this look like it's supposed to? Oh, now I clicked myself off, so I don't even know what page am I on. Get off there so I can see what I'm doing.
now I just have na 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 stuck in my head.
Oh my god, these are the most craziest, ploofiest, perfect. I know I did vanish. I'm hiding behind my pantaloons, my Pluderhosen. Wow, those look so great on screen.
They do. They look absolutely awesome. They're extremely Pluderhosen-ishy.
You're right. They're shorts that poof at the thighs. They've got. Oh, I need to. Okay, that's too much. Not leave studio, but hide my face.
No, 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 no.
No, you don't need to do the webcam. Can I make me like not weird? No. Okay, done. Show this one. Oh, okay. Now we've got my bad stuff going on. All right.
So I'm gonna warn everybody: if I start crying, it's because I don't fit in these overalls that I made probably 6 or 7 months ago. Not even a year ago.
Yeah, I had the same problem. Pants shorts were literally a year ago. 20 pounds and woven clothes doesn't fit. They are very poofy. The 6 hour stream was bonkers, and you were smoking so much by the end that you were on Planet H. Oh god. Let's see your settings. Where can I show my avatar and not my weird? All right, we get my. No, I don't want my ugly mug right now.
I was talking and I'm totally muted. I was totally having a conversation with you. That was the night I ate all those edibles, and I will never do that again on stream. Oh, okay.
Here with like, oh, that's what I wanted. I don't want my yuckiness. This I can deal with.
Every time you switch your angle, it boots you out.
I know your StreamYard is throwing me a chinky line.
You know what? Tonight's it's been that kind of night. It took me an hour and a half for a 45-minute project.
It happens.
I'm building a set for a stream Saturday night.
Awesome.
I've almost got it done, but I basically have to have a fixed number of people or else it breaks.
Oh my god, these pants are so freaking heavy. I think they're like 10 pounds of sequins and doodads.
I have a jacket
Going to
like
be-
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Going to be pointing and laughing at UFO nets.
Okay, do we get to have some of the house hearing?
Well, I'm actually making a video that's scripted on Stephen Greer, who's an absolute imbecile.
Oh, I don't
He's
know. All right.
where they're getting a lot of the crap from.
Okay.
And to give you an idea, did you ever see Thunderfoot or debunk the Tic Tac and the Go Fast or anyone else debunk it? All the information that you need to figure out, especially the Go Fast, what the heck it is without any expertise other than middle school mathematics is right on the screen. I've actually made my own animation where I basically keyframe all the data from the screen onto a model, onto basically a 3D set, and replicating almost, the plane is headed at a slight angle.
Okay.
So but I have the distance from the plane to the target. That's on the screen. I have the altitude, the speed, and basically the animation, more or less. There's this point in between the ground and the plane that seems to be the axis or the focus. And that's just by keyframing it. It's a little bit off because the plane is headed at an angle that I don't exactly know how to, it's like a curving angle that I don't exactly know how to deal with right now. But it's good enough to say, yep, we know that that object isn't moving fast at all. What's happening is if you have a object in between a plane which is traveling 2/3 the speed of sound, halfway between the ground and the plane, as soon as you get the lock on, the background is basically going to start shooting off at what's perceived to be 2/3 the speed of sound.
Hold on one second, Commander. That was ripping, I heard.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Excuse me. The parent in me screeched when I heard that ripping. I'm like, oh my gosh, what went wrong? Something went wrong.
Actually, nothing went wrong. Literally, I was ripping my synthetic orange moire to make some more ruffles to put the hems on them. That yes, your ear did not deceive you. That was ripping. Everything's we are safe. It's okay in the house. In the circus is safe.
You sound like you were escaping Alcatraz right now with bed sheets.
I do. Okay, so My
Okay,
mic
so
must be amazing. This is the Rode camera mic, the
Sorry.
Rode HD Micro that's supposed to be for my camera. My mic is amazing, and it's was only $60 when I bought it. The Rode HD Micro. That's the mic, my mic of choice.
Sorry,
what I was saying was that Greer has basically all the data he needs. That if he wants to find out roughly what it is he's looking at, all he needs is a middle school mathematics education. And in fact, like the first second of the Go Fast, you can almost you can actually see the fucking thing, the fucking bird flapping its wings. But it just has to be aliens, right? Because it has to be aliens. So he has all he has all the evidence he needs, and he's supposedly surrounded by experts. He's surrounded by Navy pilots who, just because you're a Navy pilot doesn't mean you don't want attention, or when you leave the Navy, you say, I had a reputation as a pilot, but you know what? People are going to pay me thousands of dollars to go speak at their UFO conventions for you're going to pay me $20,000 to speak at a UFO convention. Yeah, I'll sacrifice my integrity for that, or they could just be nuts and want attention.
I'll tell
And
you, if you paid me $20,000, I would go up in front of George Norrie
I
and
was
tell
like,
his
who do you want
story.
me to speak in front of? Except
Yeah.
maybe George Soros. I might, or Fauci, or
Okay, so let's remember before Phoenix berates me for my weight gain that when I made these, I did not consider my excessive weight gain was not. I wasn't thinking for the future. I wasn't forward thinking, but these look great and they really. Ooh, these are hugging my hips. I can't wait to see what they look like. Oof.
it's not the
but
right angle.
anyway, the Richard Greer, not Richard, Stephen Greer is full of shit. And he basically says it in like the first 5 minutes of his presentation, which is absolutely ridiculous as far as the graphics he has behind him. His goal is to basically spread conspiracy theories about an out of control. He's basically wants to undermine America's faith in its intelligence services.
You know what
And
though?
while you
That's-
can't
oh.
trust them 100% of the time, I don't see that, most people who go into the military actually do love their country. And most of them are not actually going to want to be doing nefarious things.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, fatty.
I'm delivering some cake on this. There is some cake.
Hey, you might get kicked off from being one of Lizzo's dancers.
Did anybody order some cake or well, holy cow, these yeah, they're great in the front. They're telling a different story in the back.
Tell me the poofa, not punta. That's a different word.
You know what though? This is a combination of cheeseburgers and skating legs because I skate every day. So my body's getting bigger on the bottom from skating and getting bigger in the middle
but
from
that's just
eating.
your legs. The poofa is your own problem of the cheese. That's the cheeseburgers in the dump in the trunk. Yes, I'm gonna
These are
shame you.
so tight. Look at
They're
that.
cute, but yeah.
I don't even want to look at the chat. I see the chat jumping. I don't even, these are so tight.
Oh, let's see here.
Thank you.
Oh no,
I
he's
need
going
pants to
from-
show off my ass.
No, go back up a bench because there's it's from Godless Industries. Amalgamated Incorporated comes the sequin shotgun. Take all the hard work out and sequin in this snap. Not available in Zimbabwe or Ottawa or Iowa. My sequins are not available in those countries, but they're from. Where did I get this from? Cartwright Sequins. For all your sequining needs, talk about anything with Art Bell, even a McDonald's burger. Oh, Oh, look at that BP. I know. Look at that, Gordo. Sydney likes it. I'm going to call you out, Gordo.
I have gained a considerable. I can't even hide this with a vest because my nagas are the ones that are sticking out on this one.
Yeah,
all right.
because there's a little
I'm
lip in
enough
the
to
front.
show.
You need some like tacks in the front to make it even
And
more.
I'm sucking
like,
it in.
Yeah.
I'm not even pushing it out. Let me
I
see
hate when that.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's huge. That's all right.
It's not right. Exactly. It's not. You got to know where you're at to know where you got to go.
Oh, and this is the real test. Oh, no rip. No rip.
Ouch. Okay, Bob and thread's
No
not
rip.
working.
No rip.
You know, do you remember I told you about that? How Lord and Taylor got its name because it was originally God's sewing room, and that name sucked.
Yes.
I got an idea that would basically be like God saying I'm godless, but very few people would get it. Lo Elo.
Oh, a lot of people I know.
Because that's Hebrew for no God.
A lot of people I know would get that and slap me.
Well, they're Jewish, but most people in the world aren't Jewish.
About 30% of the people in my world are. Oh, that's funny.
Most of the people in my world are, but I was just taking like inspiration because most people wouldn't catch it.
You know what though? I think you just started something that I'm gonna do. God's sewing room. How many trolls do you think I would get? Oh, these are so tight.
Oh,
how many
God's
trolls?
is as in plural.
Yeah,
that right.
Oh, we'll see how much coffee I'm drinking next Saturday. God's sewing hour. I bet I would get trolled so hard, and I'll make like a Slayer shirt or something. Yeah, I gained weight. You know what? I'm here for body acceptance. Phoenix over there is a shamer. Here in Godless Sewing Channel, I'm for body positivity, and you know what? I'm not gonna let Lizzo ruin bananas. I eat at least 2 bananas, 3 oranges, and some sort of pineapple every day. Do not let famous people ruin bananas for you.
I only come with love and peace.
Thank you, Sydney. Thank you. I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, I know. I'm here for it. It only comes, people who can call you out for getting fluffy are the ones who really care about you. And if you don't call them out, it's because you don't care or you're okay with it. And I'm not okay with it.
My traumatizing thing is that I
Passion.
just never thought I would be this size. That's all. It's because I was skinny my whole life.
Right, and then life changes, and then you get to be a Gordo human, and you're like, oh, I do not care for this. Bring it back.
Where's my Paddington Bear hat? We got to go full Gordy on this. I need marmalade, please. I will gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's wimpy. Oh, I missed this hat. Phoenix doesn't like cake. Cake. I'm sure you're not fat, Sydney. I was 170 pounds and I gained 50 pounds and have not lost much of it. And so all the stuff that I've made and over the years, it doesn't fit. What's up, trees? How's it going? I'm
awesome
getting body
to see you.
I'm being body shamed.
Yes. Let's see. I don't. It's not that I dislike cake. It's just cake doesn't like me. Yes. I love that. No, I'm okay. You can be fat. That's okay. That's up to you. That's a-okay. Hey, trees. Yes, I'm the horrible asshole who's body shaming.
Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Sydney. I do love this hat. I actually wear this all the time. It reminds me of the LL Cool J Around the Way video. I need it around. I'm so from the 90s.
All right, but I think next week I'm going to try to do my silk pillowcases with lace on this narrowed hem and see if it actually sews lace.
Do you know what's really funny? Today, my son comes to me and he's like, I really like silk shirts. And in the back of my mind, I was like, do you know how much silk shirts cost?
Yes, but do you know how comfortable and beautiful they are?
I got him a silk Hawaiian shirt and he obsessively wears it now.
I know, but it's perfect because it absorbs sweat. You don't feel yucky. It doesn't stink the same way as all these synthetic modern fabrics do. Tech fabrics are great, but blow all at the same time.
I didn't body shame you. I shamed your sewing planning fair.
You can shame my sewing planning. I mean, you've
Do you
learned
know,
me a lot.
when I was a kid on KCal 9, oh, that hat is hot. They had a character. Everyone's gonna laugh at the name. His name was Donnie Don't. Donnie Don't didn't look when he crossed the street. Donnie Don't smoked cigarettes. Donnie Don't fought his sister, and they would always be like, "Don't do what Donnie Don't does." And I am Donnie Don't when it comes to sewing.
You don't hand baste. You pin too much. You run over your pins in your sewing machine, and it cries, "Save me!"
Oh, that's that's like, keep going, kid.
You can run over these pins, damn it!
It said industrial on the box.
This pin ain't gonna hurt you, kid. Oh, God.
This is it's wool wrapped with
I know it wasn't that food. That would be funny. Silk always looks good in food, but I knew you meant foot. Not the only feet channel.
This hat, oh my god, I see Tree's comment. I'm gonna freaking explode of laughter. This hat is wool, and what's that other I can't remember the lining. Donnie Don't hides documents in golf course shit. I knew it. I knew you were gonna jump on that. Don't do what Donnie Don't does. All the southern
Good night, everybody.
have a
Good
great
night,
night, Commander. You can stop by anytime. Godless in the sewing machine Marines. They do things differently than the dainty perfect sewers. I need to damn right.
Right. This is
Never soak lace in food.
exactly.
Have a great night, Commander. Thank you for coming by.
Of course, you're trying to dye your white lace brown, in which case coffee or tea might be your friend.
And also, I have a freshly shaved head, so it feels weird when I put a wool hat on. What is it? It's wool and felt.
Okay, it doesn't excuse you being a gordo, but sorry.
Are you kidding me? I could be front line on hockey team right now. I am professional hockey player weight right now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. This is the first time that I've ever weighed this much without looking like I'm 7 months pregnant.
Yeah,
So-
no, you do. You look like 9.
This is the first time I've ever been over 200 without having to wear baggy sweatshirts.
No, you should go back to the Becky sweatshirts. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible. I mean, I
No,
feel
it's
like
all right. You don't like cake. I gained weight. It's okay. I gained a considerable amount of weight. I like it. I might
No,
sit
it's
here for a
not-
while and
it's
hang out.
nice. I don't. It's not nice. Don't enjoy it. It's not worth. No, just no. No.
I get shamed. I get shamed in English and in Spanish.
Yeah, Gordo.
My mom, we'll be sitting at oh my gosh, something happened today because I can't talk, but I can't talk about it because of FICA, HIPAA, and everything else. But we'll be sitting in a room and she knows that no one else will speak Spanish, and she'll look at me and be like, "You don't fit in your pants anymore," in front of a room of people.
Oh,
And I say things back, but I don't want people to judge me, so I won't repeat what I say.
Mamacita, no. Lo siento, por favor. No, Gordo. Mi flaco, por favor.
But I'll tell you, like, as someone who speaks 2 languages, it is a weapon. It's a good weapon sometimes, because you'll be sitting in there and you'll be like, someone will say something like, "Oh, that person's completely lying." And I had a friend who was Vietnamese. She went with my mom to go get her nails done. She walked into the nail salon and they stopped talking because they knew she was Vietnamese, So I have a rule. Like, if you think they're talking about you, they probably are.
Yep. Gordo.
Don't be a hater. Are you kidding me? This makes me popular in so many circles. I want to gain subscribers because I'm showing cake on YouTube. Hold on, let me turn around. I'm just going to do this interview backwards.
Right, show the dump of the trunk. But I'm here for folks being healthy, and there's this point where Gordo's not healthy. And I'm just the
I don't
mean
even know.
ethnic grandma.
You know
I
what?
just can't
Here's the
help
next
it.
test. Here's the next test. Can I sit
Okay.
down in these?
Exactly, without ripping a seam. Let's
Well, I
hear
did a karate kick without it. And you know what? At 200 in town, if I hit you with a Captain Kirk judo chop right now, I could hurt somebody.
in your pants.
Godless finally has haters. That's how you know. Oh, I have an army of freaking haters.
I don't, but I got up to 69 subscribers. Thank you to the last two people who got me over to 69 million subscribers.
Oh, these fit. And I made a ginormous pocket because I'm godless sewing, so you can fit all kinds of fun
No,
stuff
you
in
needed
there.
a giant pocket to fit in those giant pants.
Oh, put that in there.
Oh,
Ooh, you
all you want me?
can
Okay.
get a turkey leg in here. Hi, how's it going? There you are.
I know. Every time I touch a button, it's like, no, I unplugged myself so I could talk to you across the room without my headset.
Let me check my notes. Oh
Yeah,
man, these are beautiful. These are beautiful. Oh. I think I heard a snap. Let's see. Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
no,
thread is holding on for that thread is holding on for dear life.
Oh no!
You're a fine ass motherfucker. Better back them seams up. Stealing it. That's a good song too. I steal it. Do you know what's so funny? Like there are certain songs that I was like, oh, that's okay back in the day. 20 years later, I bumped that song. I got everything in my mother's name. I love that song now. 20 something years later. Oh no, I have it stuck in my head. Are you kidding me? I have an army of haters. People have done hate streams about me while I'm literally sitting in my backyard smoking a J, looking up at the stars like, I wonder what Tygon is made out of. Too lazy to Google it.
Okay, they didn't flub up that time I ran across the room. No. Well, yes, I hear my vocals fuming.
Oh, we were productive here in the house of Zoe. And I finished a vest yesterday with my American patch.
Yes, I have the front parts attached to the front parts. I think I'm debating if I want to sew the lining or if I'm just going to have. Do I want to put a lining on these? I don't know. Oh my god, it's so heavy, and I'm going to wear other undergarments, so maybe not. So I think I'm just going to do French seams up the legs, and I think I'm going to do buttons. I don't know how Fatty's attached waistbands.
You came to the right place. We're Fatty
Right,
Emporium
'cause-
here.
We're Fatty's Incorporated.
Got them by the pound. Oh, these are glorious. Do you know I forgot about the power of
The Blossom
overalls.
hat. Oh, yes, that
Blossom
too.
Man overalls. It's that era. I don't know who came first, LL Cool J or the Blossom hat. They're both around 90. Google.
They were kind of synonymous.
Because that Around the Way Girls song, I got a lot of my fashion from UMTV Raps as a kid.
Oh, yep. Yes. I stayed up way too late and was watching MTV Unplugged.
Oh, yeah. I was addicted to all that. 120 minutes, all of it.
Yes.
That's where they would show videos that they wouldn't show during the day.
Exactly. The good stuff.
Exactly.
When you were like 11.
That's back when metal was metal, and they would actually show like Slayer on MTV, Faith No More, know. Those were the good old days, because we all know this kid named Kirk killed rock and roll more than video killed the radio star.
No, video killed the radio star. Oh, let's
Holy
see.
cow.
Oh, look at Latrice. Use a motherfunker. Better back those seams. Back it up. Back the seams up. Back it up. Back
Oh,
the
see,
seams up.
baller. Now you got that song stuck. I haven't heard that song in so long. Do you know what, Trees? That's actually a sick song. Wanna be baller, shot caller. Gosh, those are the days with me and my friends that we were so hard driving around in our parents' old cars. You're busy in the club blowing. I'm just busy smoking J's, motherfucking sewing. I'm stealing all of this.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
stealing
shit.
all of this.
Okay, keep it up long enough so I can take a picture of Kilroy's comment
Oh,
and
that's
us.
hot.
Sweet. All right. Yes, we are hot. I'm so hot I can't even show myself on stream tonight.
You know, it's the mugginess that gets to me when I'm layered, is what it is. I made these straps so long. I did not know how to properly make overall straps at first. So look how long these are.
Well, better longer than short. Oh, what the
That's one side. I ain't playing. I make see what you just said. Better longer than short. I don't play. I made the whole thing like 2 feet long. I was like, I think I'm 9 feet tall, even though I'm 5'9".
I'm ginormous. What gigantic, a big love. Okay, sorry.
Godless likes them long and thick.
Yes.
We have now entered the inappropriate
I know.
era of the stream.
All right, we're in the last hour. Human's
if you're
not
used to-
home.
If
When
you're
he
used
comes
to
home,
Smiley sewing, I apologize.
right,
He'll
I'm
be
bouncing
back
out.
on Sunday.
Right, we'll be back on Sunday. If Human comes home, I'm bouncing out fast because I didn't want to hang out with 3 chaps and 2 dogs. I was like, no, bros and bitches.
I know what you're saying, though. I do always look at odds when someone asks me. Like, I'm that friend who's like, who's going?
Yeah.
I won't just show up. I need to know who's going for my tolerance level.
The bros aren't the problem. It's actually kind of the dogs. But
Are they too crazy or what?
I don't know. It's a baby, a pitbull puppy, and a, I don't know, fluffy yippy dog who I've known for a while, but who's not fixed, and a man, and 3 chaps of varying ages. It's kind of the dogs, actually. I just didn't want to deal with them. I could be the only human with secondary gynecomastia, beautiful chesticles, but I didn't want to feel like the pretty kid tonight. I'm just too.
Trees, you now have Sir Mix-a-Lot stuck in my head. And people may not realize this, but Sir Mix-a-Lot was famous before Baby got back. And he's from Seattle. West Coast. Little shout out to people from the West Coast.
Right, the real Pacific Northwest, because not all of Oregon is technically Pacific Northwest. Some of us are basically California.
Yeah.
We're not California, but if you know, you know.
Do you know what? You know what's funny, Kilroy? This is my main beef with my new pants. I just was not ready to have junk in my trunk.
Right?
Then that's where I gained all the weight. So when I put my pants on, I'm like, what
Are
happened?
you sure? Were you that like skinny fat to have that much of a belly before too? I don't know. I don't know what you looked. No, I do know what you looked like
gained all the
before.
weight.
You gained it all like a dump truck around the middle, equally circumferential.
Thank you, European ancestry. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you to my mother's side.
Thanks, assholes.
Every single person on my mom's side, they're larger people. My dad was bone skinny. My dad was standard African. Like he was bone skinny. But my mom comes, she's a healthy Spaniard.
Yeah.
They're healthy. Like all
Right, we
my
had
uncles.
money. We could get away from Spain blue monkey nuts.
Oh my God, Becky! Look at his
butt.
Greatest song of all time. You know what's so funny? I remember buying that single because that's how old I am. I bought that single, and it had a song called "Cake Boy."
Oh, so the B-side was good too. I did not buy that single, but I do know when Becky's Butt was the best thing ever.
Ever. I remember that was the greatest. See, that was a different era. That was like the
It
era
was.
of
It
like
didn't make
American
me feel.
Gladiator.
I didn't feel fat shamed back then. Now I just feel fat because I've been fat shamed
Are
my
you
whole
kidding
life.
me? We
But
live in the era of butts now. Like that's why I'm all pro having giant nalgas. Kim Kardashian got famous off of hers.
yeah, but it's well, if you
I'm
have
gonna start
money,
making bike shorts.
if you can purchase them, that's all great. If you come by them naturally, you gotta keep the
I purchased mine too through pizza, Subway sandwiches,
that right.
pastrami sandwiches.
That
Pancakes.
that is one way to purchase them.
I'll tell you, like honestly, my real weight gain was from getting a better job and
Oh,
sitting
right, because
in
you're
an
sitting on
office.
your ass all day. Right, exactly. Most of us were not the top 5% who were at court and fancy clothes, beautiful poofiness. You were the serfs. You sucked. You worked 15 hours a day, slave labor, barely had subsistence.
Yeah, exactly.
And you, oh, and you worked all day. Exercise as a second thing was not part of your world because you worked.
Exactly.
And it's okay. A desk day job is not your friend. And now we have to like do cardio, be able to do 5K 3 times a week. All right, now I'm challenging myself.
Do you know what's killed me? You know what's funny? Isaiah wakes up and works out now without being prompted. It's probably from watching his father guzzle 40 ounces of coffee and eat 2 ham and cheese croissants at work.
No, when I was a young little kid, I remember at my grandparents' house, I would like put on the TV and I would work out to like Galad and
Heck yeah.
Jane or whatever. Like I used to just do those things without because
I have a question for you. In the 90s, did you ever watch ESPN Kiana Tom flex on the beach? I wonder how many young men my age worked out because of her. Kiana Tom flex on the beach. You should look it up. It's hilarious now. I watched it every morning before school because I was in love with her. And it was just a bunch of extremely hot people in Hawaii working out.
Okay. All right. Okay. So basically,
it was the 90s, they were jazzercising, but they were on the Hawaiian beach,
right, of course, like Galad in Israel, like. No, I get. Yes, it was a. It was what it was. Oh yes, Denise Austin. Yes.
Oh yes, I remember all of that, dude.
I would just do it in the living room at my grandparents' house, and then I would get my siblings to do it, and we would, because I don't know,
Oh man, but if you really think about it, I should be 10 times bigger because I walk a mile every day, and I still work a semi-outdoor job. So because I come from a long line of large people on my mom's side.
Well, you're getting large, but you're more muscular, and you just need to eat less. You cannot break the laws of thermodynamics. Calories in, calories out. It flows.
So Richard Simmons allegedly is a coked up creeper. Allegedly.
He was my first fitness idol. I may or may not have done some things that I'm not going to actually say what I did watching Richard Simmons as a small human. But yeah, we go back a long times.
I'm not going to complain about the humidity. I'm not going to complain about
it's 53%.
West Coasters are not used to. Look how glazy. Look, I look like a donut right now. I look like a glazed donut. I'm so shiny.
What do you think I do? Not
I'm
nice.
never this shiny.
I just have this onto my sewing machine and my 3-4 photo tonight because me no screeny time.
Do you know what? Just like a lot of people, when you meet a famous person, they're not like their persona. So when you meet them, they're like, tick off, kid. And Richard Simmons was no different.
I've never met enough famous people. See, I don't. I had a. Yeah, that's not a thing of part of my day.
Glazed donut and frosted cake for the win, Kilroy, for the win. I've met quite a few famous people, and like it all depends. It's really funny because like I met Richard Dreyfuss. He was one of the most humble humans on earth. I met Paul McCartney, and still to this day I'll say he's the nicest person I ever met, next to Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, gosh,
The Alice Cooper.
no, from Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Mark Curry.
Okay.
About 20-something years ago, I worked at a restaurant called Togo's, and it was a combination of a Baskin Robbins and a Togo's. When
What's
I'm around famous
Togo's?
people, I just stay the same.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you've had so many years of experience. You've met like
Same.
I've not. I don't know what I'd be because I've not met enough. But you folks have met enough that you're like, yep, you're a human with flaws and imperfections, and you're like, yeah, it's okay because I'm human too.
Paul McCartney was a real guy. Like he talked to us, he hung out with us. But Mr. Cooper, this was 20 years ago, so I'll finally tell the story. He was with his wife who, like, I still look at her like she was so beautiful. Of course, because they're rich people. She had on Mac, But long story short, they bought a sandwich, they were hanging out, and then we were kind of closing up. And I smoked a cigarette. I come back in. We were kind of closing up, and they were looking at us, and they were like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna ask you a quick question." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" They're like, "Can we both get a cigarette? We just quit smoking." And so I smoked a cigarette with Mr. Cooper and his wife, and my friend Luis, who I worked with, who I'm still friends with. Shout out to East LA, California. I'm still friends with him, and yeah, Mr. Cooper was the nicest guy on planet Earth. Real human. He's huge too. He's huge, like 6'6",
Like,
6'7".
oh,
huge.
okay. I was gonna say of the vertical or horizontal variety.
No, he's professional basketball player size, and not even like 6'2". Like he's like 6'5". Like keep in mind, if you look his specs up and he's 6'2", keep in mind I'm 5'9". Everybody looks tall.
I said I'm gonna take your word on height ratings.
Well, it's insulting. Like every time someone says, "Oh, she's tall," and I'm like, "How tall is she?" She's 5'9". No, she's 5'9". She's not tall. She's just 5'9". Like women and men are. It's so funny how because a woman who's 5'9" is considered a giant. At my height,
Yes.
I'm considered short. At my height, you know what I'm saying? Like
No, it's just that you're maybe not packing the 666 package that I've learned. I mean, we can.
No, I know what you're saying, but like it's so fun. The standards are funny. That last one.
When you lie about your height to make you look taller.
I will never understand that. That's why I tell people my height, so when they see me in person, they'll know I'm wearing cowboy boots.
Well, with my height, everybody, you're just tiny. The amount of my friends in high school or in university hallways who would literally look over my head because they couldn't see me. Oh, the days.
Where are my notes? I missed all. Speaking of the days, let's run through them because I actually like these. Today, let's see. Okay, this is the proper page. Today is National Book Lovers Day. Hey, I shout out to everyone who compulsively hoards books like I do.
I've tried to break that habit because books are heavy and expensive.
It doesn't suck until I move, and then I'm like, why do I own a library?
Yeah, exactly. And when you live across the country and left, just get it digital. I know it sucks.
Today is also annual Perseus meteor. I can't say it. The meteor shower day that I've never seen.
Meteor shower. So, right, it's gonna go for a few more weeks. Go outside in a darkened place with no visual light pollution, and there's meteors. It's beautiful. I have very fond memories of watching the meteors from days when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
So this one was a bit confusing. Today's
Okay.
International Day of World Indigenous People.
Okay, so that means that the Canadian, American, South American, Australian, New Zealand, they're first peoples. May you be honored for being first before white colonial imperialists from wherever they be reigned.
Oh, you are spicy today. You said colonial. Oh, you are spicy.
Did
Ooh,
it mean
watch out. The phoenix is rising from the ashes tonight. Oof. Phoenix, you are not playing. You said, I don't even say colonizers, and I say that word as a slur. I use it as a slur.
I kind of was. That was quite the little like of verbal vomit from me tonight. Yeah, I'm spicy.
It's okay. We encourage spiciness here in the college.
And I did it politely. I used no curse words. I was thoughtful.
I do
was
know. I get
respectful
passionate.
and disrespectful as
I
needed.
get passionate when talking about first people because like when I went to Montana, I have a bunch of first people t-shirts. Like when I went to Montana, I trust me, I get it. I get it.
I was just explaining your holiday. You started this. It was not. I did not bring this upon myself.
I have the commemorative Canadian $2 coin, the toonie. I
Oh,
like that.
right, because the $1 one is the loonie. I missed loonies and toonies and going up to the Canadian side in Toronto.
Oh,
Oh, my first vintage bought linen dress. I got it a crazy. Maybe it wasn't crazy, but this this big shopping event in Toronto with my friend who made and sold vintage items. Oh my god, I missed that dress.
I dug out a first or second gen Kindle because I ran out of space for books. Oh, I wish. Isaiah broke a tablet and my cousin downloaded a bunch of like Viking sagas, like 200,
Oh,
Viking kind
the
of
Nordic
books.
saga. Well, do not disparage them from reading the sagas because those are great.
Oh, I have them on paper, but my cousin was like, "You're crazy," and he downloaded it. But Isaiah broke that tablet when he was a kid.
But if you look, they're probably you've got Apple. All your stuff transfers. It's just because the device is dead does not mean that the data is gone.
I'll go plug it in. I'll go see. I have old Kindles. I have all kinds of stuff.
Can you
No,
log into the Kindle account? That's all you need. It will.
I remember my password too. Today
Oh,
is also Nagasaki Memorial Day. I actually
yes.
I watched the documentary. It was just made me want to cry. Today is also National Rice Pudding Day. Yuck.
No, that's not No, rice pudding
Today's
is good. Just do not put your freaking nasty raisins in it. Give me a
ugh.
fruit. We talked about this
Yeah,
yesterday.
we did. We did.
day.
Raisins are gross too. Today is also National Women's Day.
I don't know how I
I
feel
I
about
knew
that
I knew that
anymore.
we're gonna get a resounding round of applause from
Actually,
you.
no, you know what? On this day, National Women's Day, on the 75th anniversary for the women's right to vote, I was in Seneca Falls
Awesome.
and was on a stage with Hillary Clinton. So, and went to the Women's Rights Museum. Like, I've got so many feelings I can't express them on your show. Oh,
Japan committed awful atrocities in China. Today is also, let's see, Singapore National Day. Oh, in my notes, hashtag why would anybody ever do van life? We already went off about that before you got here.
Okay, right. You don't want to be poor and pretend you're homeless by living in your van for flex.
We went off. I just still don't get it. Like, I watched this young lady who spent $40,000 on a van.
Yeah, and they're like homeless, except you know what makes me sad is that owning land ownership, owning a home, that was, I think, many of our grandparents, great grandparents' dreams of coming to respective countries on the western, on the hemisphere that we live on, is is not the same as it used to be. Home ownership is like, feels like a pipe dream for, and
Quite honestly, not unless someone who really liked you owned a house before you and gives it to you. Most people won't own a home.
yeah, it is a sad, it feels like a super sad reality. It is a sad reality because it's my truth. I mean,
Okay, so hold on. Let me see if we just
okay.
Oh, today is also today is National Coworker Day. On behalf of everyone here in the House of Sewing, go stuff yourself.
Oh no,
Today is
I've got special treats and
Ooh,
the
that's
Louvre
awesome. The
opened.
Louvre open. Thoreau published Walden. Awesome. Oh, today is also National Hold Hands Day. No.
I
on
must.
behalf of on behalf of everyone here on the Howie Mandel Society and the House of Sewing, no.
I was gonna say I have to really like you. I'm not a hard out, no, but we could. There's got to be some reason, or I need to know that you won't be safe if I'm not holding your hand, even if
If
I
we're
don't
like
like you. But
if we're all like in water like otters, I'll hold hand. If we're like doing a human chain or something.
no. But have you not? I mean, sometimes you have to like walk folks home and make sure they make it to their final
Yeah.
destination safely for certain reasons.
Well,
And
that's different. I like those
is
people.
it?
I like those
You
people.
still have
I'll
to,
willingly
but you still have to hold their hand. So or their elbow or their shoulder. Like
Oh,
sometimes
excuse
you
me.
gotta grip humans to keep them safe.
Honestly, even if I think I could own a home, I'm not sure I would. A whole house for just one person is too much to take care of. You know, that like I didn't think about that until my grandfather passed away and my grandma lived in a seven-bedroom house by herself for years cuz he died when he was like 82 and she lived to be 99 and they were the same age.
Yeah,
So
yeah, she
oh,
had some time to be there without him.
oh yeah.
And
Oh
all
yeah.
kids and grandkids, because not like everybody visited all the time. Or unless
No,
they did.
because she lived on my side of town, every time I passed her house, I would go there. But I am starting to discover that I'm a good person, unlike most people on this planet. Because I couldn't just let my grandma just sit in, like I cut her trees. I did I did all kinds of stuff for free. I did professional jobs on her house for free.
Yeah, but that's
You're
your,
supposed to.
like, exactly, like, that's not stuff you bill for. You
Ever.
do,
And if you bill your grandma, you're a ghoul. I
but
see you. I see you people. If you bill your grandma, you are
And
just a
what?
real life
But I
ghoul.
mean, at the same token, if your family's got billions of dollars they need to launder, and you've got a established business license, and grandma pays it off out of her
You
laundered
should just
money, that like maybe that's okay. Like maybe that's, you do you, boo.
or just do like my dad did and buy a bunch of studio equipment so his son could 15 years later have a de facto YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Funny how
How
things
much
work
money
out
you
that
did not have to spend on equipment.
way. It took me a while to figure out how to use it, but now I made that ship fly, man. I made that ship fly.
It's all equipment's the same. Sewing machines, this, that, the other thing. Gotta make friends with it.
And when it comes to certain things, like YouTube is your friend as far as tutorials. We had this conversation yesterday. It's still, or the other day. They're all starting to blend into one big day because I've been streaming every other day. I promise I will not be streaming on Thursday. And if you see me on Saturday, then I'm feeling my sauce. But I promise my 2-week streak of streaming every other day is over
I was gonna say,
tonight.
I don't know if I can do Saturday and then my Sunday and then Monday. Like,
Well, last week I just felt burnt out, and that's like when I used to stream, I would stream every day, and now me and all the people I used to stream with, we all hate each other. Because what is this saying? Familiarity breeds contempt. Like there was like we
true, but I hope our only fights are like, I like felt seams over French seams. Like,
yeah, but you don't have the same emotional. You're not insecure. There's a big difference. You're not insecure.
no, I'm not. I'm all right with my secondary gynecomastia and chest.
So that's all. When you're insecure, everything on earth is a fight.
Yeah, that's not my
And
MO,
so
for sure.
I have a rule where I can no longer stream with extremely insecure people because I do crazy shit, and you have to be secure to be around me because I do all kinds of wacky stuff.
I know we're so horrible. We don't always press our seams open before
Nope.
we sew.
My serger has dust on it.
I should make sure oh god. Okay. Should we pull out Sunday? Do we want to pull out Sergers or my very first sewing machine ever and give her some love?
I need to resurrect my serger because I'm sewing 10 times more, and like you need a serger. I literally am going against my own advice, but this is full pirate sewing at this point.
All right, so we're gonna do it. I'll move my station around, so Sunday will be Serger.
I'm literally looking at it.
The Stitch and Bitch. That was a lot of alliteration that I could barely do right now.
I'm literally looking at my serger right now. That thing it's staring back at me like, bring it, punk.
Right. Am I
My
threaded?
goodness. Lots
Do
of
you know the
used iron.
tension? Ah! Porcupines!
Alibaba, I love you. My goodness, lots of used irons out there need love, but no, they remain unwanted on the shelf. I have 2 right here in the bad kids corner with their backs turned to me.
Ooh, that's extra bad.
Think of the small appliances out there. I need to use my iron because however months ago when I first met you, I was bitching about paying $80 for a piece of
and how
iron.
many times have you used it? I'm surprised Allie's not like reamed you till 2 days till Tuesday. For
My son's
not
pulled it out
trusting.
lately because he's all on his he's all, and I have the proper water for my iron. He's all on his church clothes thing.
Just because he's using it does not mean that you're using yours appropriately.
Well, at least it's getting used. It's a fancy iron just collecting dust. There's so many rice cookers out there that need love. Rice cookers are awesome and nobody has them. You know what's so funny? I still cook my rice the old school way.
I have a pressure cooker that takes care of my rice. I am a Ninja household. I love their small appliances. Damn you, Ninja.
Oh gosh, that's probably the next thing. Isaiah's in this weird kick of refurbishing like things from the Goodwill, and they actually work. Like he's getting good at it.
No, that's good because he might not be a human where secondary expensive education is a good fit, but having a trade of electronics or plumbing or whatever might be up their wheelhouse, and we are undervaluing those skilled trades. Like
when I got my welding certification, it changed my life. In 1 year of welding, I made more money than somebody that went to college.
right?
God, it's not 1935. Buy a rice cooker. A huge one is $25 at Walmart, and they last for. I'll try it out. I have yet. I still cook my rice.
Yeah.
2 to 1. 2 to 1. Still one cup of rice, 2 cups of water.
I know, because your abuela would never let you not know how to cook rice.
Ever.
You would shame on your family. Curse on
Where I'm
you.
from, that's like the life test. Do you know how to pay a bill and cook rice? Okay, get out of my house.
They don't let you fly the coop without those 2 basic skills.
I'm classically trained. I speak 2 languages. I know how to cook. I didn't realize that most people aren't like that. Just be sure to use the cup and I learned I have a mini deep fryer. I go
No,
nuts with that thing. It's a mini one though, so it only
it
makes
doesn't
portions like
matter. That may the gordo be upon you.
I knew you'd lose it on that one.
Just
And
yes.
Isaiah totally dropped it. And I was like, dude, stop trying to break my SHIT. He's like, I wasn't. I think he was trying to sabotage
It's like,
my
I hear about you, Pops. You can't be doing this shit for that much longer. This is me trying to save you. Even though I could probably fix it and make it better, but no.
At my Walmart, there are two groups of people who buy the huge sacks of rice, the Hispanic moms and me. I live in an ethnically diverse area, so there's many people of different backgrounds that buy rice around here. Oh, that's funny. But it's like that too here. Like there's certain food that I would be weird if I didn't see queso seco in the supermarket. If I didn't see certain types of drinks in the supermarket, I would think it's weird. But I live in a space where you can buy Hispanic food at any grocery store. I have like 3 different songs stuck in my head. Oh, I have my milkshake brings all the bobbins to the yard.
Brings all the boys to the yard. Oh my god! I didn't know you were that far with your dump in your trunk that you're bringing all the boys for the milkshakes. Whoopsie, Pinky Doodles.
My boss told me under no circumstance am I to bring that thing back to work, and if I do, she's gonna make me wear it.
Around your neck, you're gonna
So I just
drill holes in the neck to wear it like a big fatty necklace. You're like, hey,
I would. I'd walk around. I would drive around with that thing. I'd crash by the end of the day, though. I would totally crash. No, it's because somebody said they saw me hitting it on the tractor, and they're a dirty, rotten liar. I was in my car when I was hitting it.
Awesome.
That's how I know they were a dirty, rotten liar.
Now we're just getting into it. That's specifications. Oh my god.
Mission accomplished, though. We got a lot of sewing done as usual. I'm telling you, like,
Yes.
I would normally be sitting here watching the BBC, like, laughing at the UK, like, ha ha ha, you have worse problems than us. We got a lot done.
I was gonna say yes because I got the front and the back, and I had the piping that I had to attach on the front. But yes, I'm gonna. Yes, and yes. Lots of sewing, dude.
That makes me wonder if the only pair of overalls that fit now are the ones that I made that were almost like Jankos.
Yeah, probably your fatty ones slow down.
Well, my next project will be extending the legs on all my overalls.
If you like that, like this horrible, I hate that length. I do not like my clothes dragging on the floor when I'm sewing.
I cuff everything.
No, it just gets in my way. It's like pockets. They just cargo pants. No, do not make me look more big than I already am.
I was wearing my gray cargos the other day, and I forgot that they do make you look like a chipmunk. Like you're hiding something in each pocket.
Yeah.
They're very much chipmunk pants.
Yes, it makes you. Yes, yeah. Oh God, yes.
Whoops,
And I
wrong
don't
button.
want none unless you got homespun.
Wrong button. I'm trying to think. What else did I write in my notes? I opened up, let's see. I opened up with the white chair comment. I opened up with that. Oh, today's National Psychiatric Technician Appreciation Day. What's National Veep Day?
Like
Usually, if I don't know what it is, I usually write notes, but I didn't because I think I did this at like 4 a.m. And coworker day just makes me want to Ralph. My beef with the meteor shower is that like when I go in my backyard because I'm covered in really old school oak trees, I can see. You know what's really funny? To the north, there's no light pollution, but to the south is Los Angeles. So like, if I'm facing north, you can see the blackness. You can see stars and stuff. If I look south, you can just see nothing. It's just all the pollution in the sky.
Yeah.
Ooh, today in 1963, Whitney Houston was born. And in 1970, the guy who played Lieutenant Dangle on Reno 911 was born. That was my one claim to fame. I still laugh when I watched the Whitney movie and they had the scene where she was at Pasadena. I was there. I still laugh at that. It makes me feel old when they're showing like movies of people and I was actually at the event they're talking about.
Mhm.
For anyone who's wondering, the Buffalo Bills lost the Super Bowl. Pasadena, California.
Yeah, we did, because both the Bills were like an on again, off again, mostly off again.
And the one thing that I'm skirting past was the fact that I saw Michael Jackson and he literally made people pass out. And he came out in that yellow shiny thing. I'm going to watch that tonight. I'm going to watch that just to see myself in the crowd.
I need to do my hair pretty soon.
I'm going to take off soon. I'm doing my closing notes babbling. Guys, that might be too close to LA to see most of the meteors there. Most are small, so light pollution. Exactly. I'm a geek though. Like I'm when I'm not sitting, I have professional telescopes. Like I have all kinds of stuff. Um, I obsessively used to sit outside and stare at the sky. Like I have binoculars. Not a Bills fan, yeah, eh?
No,
Not a Bills
no,
fan,
I'm gonna go with Killer likes the Steelers,
eh? I've
unless they like
actually
the Eagles, in which case, I get
I
questions.
I actually went to a Bills game, and I'll never forget. Someone was like, "Where are you from?" I said, "LA," and they're like, "You came all the way here to see the Buffalo Bills?" They were unimpressed. And they were a Bills fan. They were like, "Man, we suck." I like to travel. I like to do things. I like to do things. Oh, that's funny. What should I make for my next? Oh yeah, I'm gonna make my weird triangle thing. My triangle sweatshirt from
Yeah,
scratch.
I feel like that's like two octagons, and is it? Do a mock up. Something about that feels funny.
Because when you look at it, but the one thing that I think is funny is that when you, from the angle he's standing at, there's nothing in the back. So what's holding it back? But I'm all about the poncho, so I'll instantly just turn that thing into a
Like,
hanging
can we just
poncho.
do a giant pleat in the back to make it more fitted? Like it doesn't. It can flare out at the bum, but be more fitted at the shoulders and not look like so yucky. No football. Steelers country, so I like talking trash on any team that isn't the Steelers. I figured as much. Go EPA. What WPA, not EPA. W.
I grew up in California. I was a Rams fan, a Joe Montana fan, Junior Seau. And I've actually seen all of them in person. Because every single stadium that I just mentioned was like a 4-hour drive from the house, 4 or 5. Held by ties like an apron. I don't know what that sweatshirt is made out. It was driving me insane. But tonight I'm gonna do some investigation and find out who made it because these guys are wearing designer clothes. It's not like he made that. It's not like he designed that. Like went and designed. He's not like Kanye West.
Right. And I mean, I did do like a cocoon top that had a tie at the waistband that does, depending on which side you're looking at, if you on the one side it's smooth and the other side it's like bustled, wherever you like your fluff to hang out.
I don't know. I'm definitely gonna make that though, because when I saw it, I got all inspired. But like anything else, you have to like actually sit down and draft it before you destroy fabric and making it.
A little bit sometimes, but you've got enough. You could just like go balls to the walls. But
But like I said, like all the stuff when I didn't know what I was doing came out perfect. Like I have a jacket that I made by hand, and I'm like, how did I do this? Because I did not know what I was doing back then, and it's better than the stuff that but it was, yeah. I'm gonna pull that thing out. I didn't get arms, so everything was flared cuffs back then. Everything was flared cuffs, but I was in my 1970s phase, which I have not grown out of yet.
no,
I'm actually going into my, you know what? I am entering my fatty 1970s Elvis era. I said it, it's there. I'm officially entering my fat Elvis
sparkly
vintage era.
jumpsuits and belly fat.
I'm gonna start accentuating my belly like he did when he wore those pants with the giant freaking elastic waistband.
And
I'm
the
gonna
V
start.
cut down to the navel with all the chest hair sticking out.
I spent a good 4 minutes looking for rhinestones at my Walmart, and they were all gone. They were all gone because I was gonna rhinestone my cape because I'm gonna start wearing that thing. But I wanted.
Cowboy.
I am officially in my 1970. I don't know Elvis, and you know what? If I pass out on the crapper, that's okay too. You're gonna be eating fried chicken slathered in jam and peanut butter. Weirdly, I'm weirdly allergic to peanut butter because it's bad for my lungs, but I'm here for fried chicken and jam.
Yeah, but your waistline is not.
I am here for it.
No.
When I
Your
put
pants
that,
are crying at you. No, no, no. Gordo, your pants love you. Don't love them back.
you know what killed me? Do you know what's truly killing me right now? It's because I have not changed my pant size since 1996.
Your pant size has changed you.
And so I put my pants on. I'm like, man, change, and I do not do well with change, is what it is. And so my life's changing. Yeah, I'm embracing it. I am officially entering my chubby Elvis era. Be ready for jumpsuits and everything with elastic on it.
Okay, I'm here for some of that, but I'm here for health and wellness. I'm not here for you being Gordo.
This is all, a lot of it's natural though, because
It
I
no, you
binge
can't
eat.
cheat. No,
I
no,
binge
no.
eat like 2 to 3 days out of the week, but then the rest of the day, I'm like the rest of the week, I'm cooking breakfast. I'm like, I'm a teetotaler because I got to go to work. But on my days off, I eat like a pirate.
Yeah, it's not. Never mind.
So I sit there for 4 days, and I'm like, on Sunday, I'm gonna order a pot of chili fries that's this big, and then I do.
Nope, our treat out was gyros and tandoori chicken from the Greek place, and I had two. Oh, there was too much olive oil on the Greek salad and the tabbouleh, but it was fine.
I think one of the reasons I idolize Elvis so much is because he did all those crazy things to his body and lived way longer than he should have.
Well,
Thank you, trees. Thank you. I'm gonna start making jumpsuits too.
right, this is your knitwear fairs.
I
Four-way
do.
stretch is Godless's friend.
I do wear coveralls almost every day though when it's winter. Like instead of like literally just I throw on basketball shorts when I wake up, I put my coveralls on and go to work. Put a white shirt on underneath and go to work. Because I get up early. I am not nice in the morning. Elvis wore whatever the hell. Damn right. Damn right. Elvis dressed like he was in a mariachi band. Let's be real. Whenever I see the mariachi guys, I'm like, man, y'all are just dressed like Spanish Elvis, man.
I know, but the mariachi singers, I remember, all used to wear black with red on the inside. Elvis was kind of like a white and blue guy, wasn't he?
Well, now I live in LA. I literally drove past a mariachi band practicing when I came back from the dispensary the other day. Like they wear everything. Mariachi bands dress like gay men. They dress like Liberace. They still wear velvet suits with like with the rhinestone sleeves. Like I bought a mariachi jacket. Mariachis are awesome.
Some Mexican got high on E6000 Rhinestone in that jacket for you.
I want a cross between Elvis and Hunter S. Thompson. Damn right.
Guys, are we gonna get leather and frills this time with denim?
Elvis was just a legend. Like, he walked in the White House with a firearm. He did yayo in public. Like, oh, excuse me, let me do a bump. Okay, how's it going? He was Leonardo DiCaprio before Leonardo DiCaprio. The only reason I say that is because last night on Twitter at like 5 a.m, I'm like, I saw this thing about they just showed all the time that Leo was yayed up on film, like at parties and stuff, and it was real. He's licking his teeth. He's like, hey, party on, Wayne. Party on. I'm not even judging.
Is it right? If it works for you, it works for you.
Not even it's more jealousy. That's more jealous. Party on, Wayne.
I don't
Party
have the
on.
money or the time and space for that kind of lifestyle.
I literally do not have the heart for that. I literally I do not have the heart for any of those. And I have the tests to prove it. I don't know. And you know, I stopped myself from buying another pattern at Walmart because all the guy patterns are basically the same thing. It's either a collared shirt or a non-collared shirt with a pair of pants and a jacket.
Right, you've got you. Yeah, don't bother.
Do you know what it is? It's because I want to have a shelf of patterns like all my favorite YouTubers, really.
No, it's such a huge. No, it's that's not a goal I would aspire to. That's lame.
Considering that I do have blocks and I make my own clothes, I have my blocks because I know my own measurement. I make the
Right,
same
you
thing.
you need to remeasure. But
No, I have my fatty blocks. Like my blocks were made recently. I had to.
Yeah.
Let's lie to everybody. Lie to your mama. Lie to your cousin. Lie to the Pope. Lie to everybody. Just don't lie to yourself. Measure yourself every 6 months. The only thing that kills me is my hat size. When you gain weight, your hat size goes up and down because your head gets fatter.
Well, then now you know your weight. You're fat-headed now on top of everything else.
You are so.
I know, I'm so mean. I can't help it.
Spicier taco flavored kisses.
Oh, I'm doing
spicier.
it. You can see me.
Taco.
Taco,
We have to go full
taco,
circle.
Yep, that's how you got Gordo.
I live in the land of food. You're just getting smarter and dumber. Schrodinger's sewingist.
Yeah.
I am okay. I am full linebacker. You couldn't just walk up to me and push me over. When I was skinny, I had to like tie myself to a tree on a windy day. No one's kidnapping the heavy guy. Let's just put it that way.
God, no, God. I saw some stuff that was kind of like that, but like you wouldn't like do even different things if they were like Porky Pig. And it's kind of true, but like, but it's
another thing, the only way, Ray, I really realized I gained weight is when I got on a horse recently, and the horse said, "Bro, hey."
Daddy, Gordo.
It buckled its knees, like, "Hey, man, is that you?" And like turned around, like, "Hey, sewing, is that you? I can smell you."
Yeah, all right. If your horse don't like you no more, if nothing else,
I'm actually kidding. Because I'm the lightest person that goes on the horse. Do you know my neighbor rented out his house? How shameful, sir. How shameful. Instead of manning up. Huh?
Does he have the big sign out front?
He's rented it out to a bunch of college kids. I got nosy and I ran everybody's plates. They're all a bunch of college kids. But they're respectful. But it's just weird. People are so strange. This is why I mind my own business, eat chili fries, and live my life in peace. And let me tell you, here in the House of Sewing, we We're pro chubby. We're pro anti chubby. Just be something.
Just
Don't be
pick a side,
indifferent.
damn it.
Don't be indifferent. Is it an actual rental or one of those Airbnb things? Do you know what's so funny, Gilroy? I wouldn't be surprised if he Airbnb'd his house. I would not be surprised. But they're not trashing it or filming YouTube videos. Like, I have this really stereotypical view of people who Airbnb. Oh my gosh. I actually have a creepy story. And I have her permission because we got married and she took half my stuff. So my ex-wife, freaking, she and her husband got an Airbnb, okay? And the guy who's the owner keeps on asking her out, and she thinks that there was cameras all in the Airbnb.
Oh, that's creepy. No,
Because
bro.
they were doing vacation stuff in there, and it was just the two of them. And she flat out told me, she's like, why? Like, no. She's like, no, he was watching me. Yeah, Airbnb is the beginning to crash too. All the people who made the big money off it are getting out fast. They passed a law in LA, like in LA, like in the city, it's illegal to start an Airbnb because so many people were renting out the west side of Los Angeles that people don't even live there anymore. So there's like when you see the shot of downtown LA, there's the part where there's the hood, but if you go 15, 20 miles north, that is some of the richest people on planet Earth live there. And they started renting those out for Airbnbs. And now it's illegal. So people have all doing it on the outskirts, like in my town.
Well, the suburbs are always safer.
Well, what happened is people started renting out their house so much there's no housing.
Yeah, that too.
And the city's like, y'all can't complain about homelessness when these ruthless people are buying it up. Like they're buying it up, but they're not renting it out. They're literally just doing
Yeah.
Airbnbs.
Yeah,
You know?
so many layers of shenanigans.
They ruined LA. Like Airbnbs ruined Los Angeles because people travel here all the time, you know, and it is cheaper than our hotels are ridiculous. They are. I'm the first one to admit it. I live in a town with some of the highest hotel occupancy because I live near an amusement park. Our prices are more than Vegas. I've stayed in the middle of the strip for $25 $25 for like every 2 nights or something crazy. And it's like 115, 120 a night here,
No thanks.
if not more. Like I haven't stayed in a hotel in a very long time, and I guarantee you the price is even more. I am in my Elvis era.
I know exactly. I am gonna promote my show for Sunday. I'm on all the socials.
Oh shit, it's 3:55.
Now.
All right, so anything you'd like to show on Sunday? Hey, if you're subscribed to me and you're not subscribed to Phoenix, you're only missing half the story because I repeat myself.
Exactly. So I'm
And
gonna
everything,
thank you for all the rest of the week on the early show.
and everything I say on Sunday is basically everything I cover on Monday. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. I'm gonna keep this time slot. So I'm gonna be showing every Monday and Wednesday. I'll see you guys next week. I'm probably gonna go hypoglycemic.
Glycemic.
Well, let's try that again. Hold on. Rewind.
Glycemic.
Hi, everybody. This week I will be streaming on Monday and next Wednesday. And I'm going hypoglycemic right now. Reinforce your seams, be yourself. And I will definitely see you next time. I'll be around. Thank you, everybody who made it this far. I absolutely appreciate you. And I will see everybody next time. Have a great night. You're all appreciated. Bye.